concept of a deal on Greenland, and as a result, he's calling off the threat of tariffs on certain European countries, which helped U.S. stocks recover more than half of yesterday's plunge. No details on that framework have yet been revealed. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is in Davos.
There may just be a discussion about updating that long-standing agreement that would allow the United States to expand its military presence at Greenland's invitation whenever and however it needs to. And in essence, they'll talk it out, make some changes, and it will probably lead to a larger U.S. military deployment.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte says that much work remains on Greenland. President Trump says Russia's Vladimir Putin has accepted an invitation to join his Board of Peace. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer.
Today was a big day for accountability.
And the Republican congressman from Kentucky says former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton ignored subpoenas to appear before the committee in its investigation of late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And
I'm very happy that we had a bipartisan vote today to hold the Clintons in contempt of Congress.
The Clintons argue the subpoenas are invalid and have offered the committee written declarations about their interactions with Epstein.
Department of Homeland Security has named its latest operation Catch of the Day, an apparent play on Maine's seafood industry. The state has one of the highest percentages of Somali residents in the country. Various state officials are saying they don't want this federal presence, and Maine's Secretary of State has turned down a request for new undercover license plates for Customs and Border Protection vehicles.
After hearing arguments, the Supreme Court seems inclined to keep Lisa Cook on the Federal Reserve Board of Governors despite President Trump's attempt to remove her. Her attorney, Paul Clement, argues that allowing Cook's firing would set a bad precedent.
No president, from Woodrow Wilson to Joseph Biden, has ever even tried to remove a governor for cause, despite the ever-present temptation for lower rates and easier money.
Cook denies Trump's allegations that she listed two separate properties as her primary residence. In New York City, cold weather has not prevented nurses from walking the picket line for a second week, demanding better pay and workplace conditions. The union says there's been one bargaining session with each of the city's three hospital systems with little progress. The Dow closed up today, 588 points. This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, Washington's governor asks the president for a federal disaster declaration. The story coming up after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. The Emerald Queen Casino brings us our update. North 5 through Seattle. We've got scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal Bridge. Of course, revive I-5 blocks 2 left lanes at the Ship Canal. It's going to take you 25 minutes to get through these backups. South 5 looks good. You're going to slow approaching the Ship Canal Bridge down to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, a 20-minute commute. Westbound 520, you're jammed up at Montlake Boulevard over to I-5. Westbound 90 jams up at Rainier Avenue. Those lake bridges, however, are wide open. Southbound 405 is packed from Southeast 8th to Cold Creek Parkway. Close to a half hour now between Bellevue to Renton. North 405 is slow through the Renton S-curves. Seattle to Federal Way is a 35-minute drive. You're slow from MLK Junior Way all the way to State Route 516, and there's still a pretty thick blanket of fog over South Center. Let's see, in the Valley Freeway, southbound 167, we're packed between Algona and Sumner. Live professional boxing is back with the main event February 6th at the Emerald Queen Casino. The main event powered by WFC February 6th, only at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Governor Bob Ferguson is trying to secure more than $21 million from FEMA to help people affected by last month's storms and flooding. He sent President Trump a letter requesting a major disaster declaration and also sent him a video of the devastation.
In that video, we're introduced to 88-year-old Maria Horn. She and her 89-year-old husband, Tom, had to be rescued by the Coast Guard. They lost their house.
What we miss the most about the house is the front porch, where we used to sit out there in the front porch and during the summer and stuff and listen to the birds.
Atmospheric rivers and winter storms damaged nearly 4,000 homes and forced more than 100,000 people to evacuate. One person died. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
We now know why a veteran Tacoma police sergeant was terminated last year. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has the internal memo after filing a public disclosure request.
Tacoma Police Chief Patricia Jackson wrote, TPD Sergeant Shane Wimbles was terminated last June after an internal investigation found he had sent multiple nude pictures of himself to female department employees via their social media accounts. Chief Jackson wrote his behavior was predatory, intentional, repeated, and inconsistent with personal and professional standards. The investigation also found Wimbles exhibited unbecoming conduct for allegedly submitting time cards with falsified signatures. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold continues to progress after playing through an oblique strain in Saturday's win over the 49ers. Darnold now on a limited practice schedule this week as the Hawks gear up for the NFC Championship game versus the LA Rams.
Feeling really good. Just attacking rehab these last couple days. Obviously, will be throughout the week. So, like I said, just got to continue to prepare and get my body right for Sunday.
Seahawks are also working out Zach Charbonnet's replacement. Backup running back George Halani could fill in after Charbonnet suffered a season-ending torn ACL. Now to your weather update. We are looking at clear skies right now. Tomorrow, fog, and then cloudy skies for Thursday, but staying dry. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I mean, are we just like bored, spoiled children who've just been lying in the bathtub all day, just playing with their plastic duck, and now they're just thinking, well, what can I do? Okay, yes.
We're bored.
We're bored.
We're bored.
We're all bored now.
Is that the start of our show or the show that just ended? What are you talking? Bree, what are you doing in there, Bree? That's not right.
I'm just having a good time.
All right, then.
We were just talking about that.
All right. Yeah, important to have a good time. Maybe go to the John Curley Show. Look at Teeny spinning on her little lazy Susan there. You know, she has her own little spinner, so you could spin it the opposite direction too, Joe.
Ooh. Sounds dangerous.
Okay, here we go, everybody. John Curley Show. Down, there we go. All right, last time I checked was about 5 seconds ago. This is all the news. 2 pages. How do we do that? 24 hours of news. We condense it down, and it's double spaced. I don't need to go anywhere else. Right here. All right. Greed is good.
Just checking on your eyes, seeing how we're healing.
Still got a weird thing over here. Greed is good. Disagree? Agree, disagree?
Disagree.
You're just saying that just to get me going.
No.
Really? You don't think it's good? It all depends on how you define greed.
Yeah, and in what context, I suppose.
Okay, fine. That's what I was thinking about. I'll tell you an interesting sort of a bit of history on that. Plus, John DeLorean, the first DeLorean, the first car was completed on this particular day?
This particular day, came off the assembly line.
Where is he now? Is he dead?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, we kill too many people on this show. We're just announcing people dying all the time.
Yes, he died 2005.
Oh, gosh, too soon. In history. Oh, the Seahawks song. I didn't realize this. You know, we talked yesterday. We played the Ram It song by the Rams, and then the what was it? The something shuffle, the Super Bowl shuffle by the Bears. Yes. I didn't realize this, but Pat Cashman, our buddy, had a Seahawks song back in 1985. We're going to bring this one back. Is this going to be the new theme song for the Seahawks?
Ooh, we'll let you decide.
Okay. Plus, also, boy, Donald Trump gave quite the stem winder there in Davos. Holy moly.
Stem winder.
Yeah. Man, some wild stuff he said. We'll play some of the highlights. They're all highlights for you. Plus the rise and fall of the monoculture. Monoculture was the fact that, like, since the Mary Tyler Moore Show, the day it went off the air, I know 47 million people watched or something when MASH ended. But because now all of entertainment is so broken up into sections, and some people watch and some people don't. We no longer have shared cultural experiences when it comes to the arts. And should you eat snow? And if so, how and when?
Ooh.
And Joe, you're surprised by my vast knowledge of eating snow.
Very surprised. Also, your take on it.
Don't eat yellow snow. That's number one.
Yes.
The insurrection laws and Washington Democrats moving to withhold money from the U.S. government. Oh, that's going to work well. Also, how about the guy from the Seattle Parks superintendent getting dismissed for just taking a bunch of trips? Now, somebody turned him in, I'm assuming. Somebody must have ratted that guy out, which leads back to my opening monologue, which I'll do shortly. And then more people are moving to Seattle than other cities. And then Joe wrote in here, should the most attacked man in Cle Elum run for governor? Let's see, who would that be? Would that be Corey McGuire from McGuire Landscaping? No, a quick little side note here. I'm paid for my opinion on this show, and it's costing me dearly. Not dearly, but I say stuff, and then people don't like what I say, so then I get called from whoever hired me to do an auction, and the board has decided to go in a different direction, away from me.
2 for 2.
Yeah, two in 2 days. Yeah. We better pull back. The sad thing is, on a quick sort of another again personal note, sad thing is like, okay, is it in context? Do they play the whole thing? And then does the nonprofit suffer if they decide to, go a different direction? But as long as the board is satisfied that they are able to sort of cancel me, I guess people feel that it's action well served. Yeah, whatever.
I'm going to guess full context was not provided.
Normally not. That's okay. But listen, we're starting. When are we doing the haters dinner?
Possibly next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as soon as you get all healed up.
Okay, so the plan is that if people write all the time, they text 1-888-973-5476, and they, can't stand this that I say. And I always say that I do believe that you can be diametrically opposed to somebody's point of view, but you don't hate them as a human being, because nobody is locked for eternity in their ideas. You should be able to evolve. It's the idea of grace that Christ talks about. People can change. People can learn. People can grow. I
can also disagree.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like the politics of Katie Wilson, but I respect her as a human being. And that's why she's come on this show so many times, because I like her as a person, but I don't like her ideas necessarily, but I do not connect her ideas to her as a human being, right? But the hate that goes. So we have decided that we will offer to somebody that really seems to have a deep-seated detest of me to be able to come in, sit down here, be on the show, and then we're all going to go have a beer and a piece.
Whoa, all of it? What do you mean?
Not
we
you.
All? Okay, thanks.
Whoever it is. I'm assuming there'll be thousands of people that'll be with us.
One at a time.
And then we'll all go up the street and go get a pizza and a beer. Yeah. All right. That's the plan. All right. Let me get this. I was thinking. Thank you, Brady. I worked at a restaurant in Ballakimba called Marisette. I don't even think it's still there anymore. And used to get paid as a busboy to clear the tables, take away the dishes, replace the ashtrays. Oh, the good old days. And generally take care of the waiter. You were assigned a waiter, and the waiter would pay you 10% of what the waiter made. Then one day they decided they were no longer going to do this. They were going to pull all the tips. So all the waiters would throw in, and then all the busboys, I think there were like 4 of us, we would all split the tips. What do you think happened after about 3 days? The plates were not cleared, the ashtrays were not taken out, the water was not given to the patrons, and generally there was disorder in the restaurant. Why? Because all of a sudden you realize I didn't have to work that hard because somebody else could do it. Well, if somebody else was doing it, then nobody else did it, so then the waiters eventually complained, and they went back to the original, one waiter, one busboy, and you work together as a team. And if the waiter is happy and you got the 10%, everybody's happy, and the patrons would tip well. There's a nice little system in place. So you rewarded hard work. And although Joe disagrees with me, money or greed or self-interest is always at play in everything. Perfect example.
Because we're adding a little something to this month's sales contest. As you all know, first prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. Anybody want to see second prize? Second prize is a set of steak knives. Third prize is you're fired. A, B, C. A, always, B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing. AIDA, attention, interest, decision, action. Attention. Do I have your attention? Interest. Are you interested? I know you are, because it's fuck or walk. You close or you...
Good one. Remember, good catch on that. Just want to see you're paying attention. So the question is, people respond to incentives. You get a Cadillac, you get steak knives, or you get fired, right? So basically, they're putting the bonus out there for everybody. There was a guy named Brad Birkenfeld. And was he working his own self-interest, or was he money motivated? You see, Brad knew that there were people, he worked for UBS. He knew that there were individuals, or rather rich folks, that were taking money overseas and hiding assets from the IRS. So Brad decided to turn them in. He reported to the IRS that there were billions of dollars that were overseas, and the IRS said, hey, thanks for letting us know. And then they gave Brad $104 million. Well, they put him in jail for 2 years, but when he got out, he got $104 million. Now, was he motivated by the money, or was he motivated by doing the right thing? Who knows? Who cares? The IRS got their money. The rich guys that had the money overseas lost the money, and Brad is now living in Malta. There's another guy by the name of Stephen Scott. Stephen Scott worked for Humana. That was a healthcare industry. And he decided he would turn his bosses in because he realized there was a whole bunch of waste, fraud, and abuse that was going on when they were overbilling for certain things. So what was Scott's big payday? Let's see. Scott made $26.1 million. Nicely done. Were they doing it again because it's the right thing, or were they being self-motivated because they cared about the money? Again, it doesn't really matter. Waste, fraud, and abuse, also known as WFA, is a crime against all of us because it is our money that somebody is stealing. In fact, they don't even know how much money people steal from the government. Some estimates, $2.8 trillion over 10 years. But again, nobody really knows how much money goes out the door. And when it comes to states, what if a state were to offer the employees money if they actually found fraud happening in the state? Imagine something like that. They could report it, and then they would make money on it. So what if they got a chunk of it? Whatever they turned in, they would get a percentage, whatever they find, say 15 to 30% if the money was recovered. Wouldn't that be great to have something like that? 30 states do, except for the state of Washington. What we have in return, we have a hotline, a fraud and abuse hotline. And the fraud and abuse hotline received 451 calls back in 2018. That's the last record I could find. Hello. Hello. So Washington State auditors, they get paid about $141,588. Pat McCarthy has the job now. She took over after Brian Sontag had the job. He had it for 20 years. The guy was a dog on a bone, did the best he possibly could to find a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse. I think the most amount of money he was able to find is about $94 million involving the port authorities. But Washington has more auditors than any other state. We have almost 500 of them. They also audit state and local, so they're a little bigger department than others. But we don't pay anybody in the state of Washington or in the city or in the counties to be able to get paid to find the waste, fraud, and abuse. That would work. Like, for instance, right now, if somebody were to find out that DCYF they think about $770 million could possibly be falling into the waste, fraud, and abuse category. Can you imagine if the state were to pay somebody that works in the state, say 30% of the $770 million? I'll do the math for you. It's $231 million. So if you were working in Washington, you're there in Olympia, and you're there working, and you happen to know that people are ripping off the taxpayer, and you were able to get a chunk of the waste, fraud, and abuse. So let's stick just with fraud. And you were to get a percentage of it. Let's say just 10%. And somebody comes along and goes, Bob Ferguson goes, hey, thanks a lot. Good job finding all that fraud. Here's a check for $27 million. That would certainly motivate people. They would do the right thing out of their own self-interest and out of the self-interest of the rest of us. I suggest that they set up the same program that they have in the other 30 states, that if you work in the government and you know that somebody there in your office is ripping somebody off, us being the somebody, then you get a chunk of whatever the money is that they find. And everybody would be well served.
Money, money, money. Must be funny in the rich man's world.
There you go.
Money, money, money. Always sunny in the rich man's world.
Doesn't the IRS have a...
yeah, they do. They do.
Snitch program?
That's where that guy, Brad,
right.
whatever his name is, $150 million they gave him.
And they still do that, right? It's like
still doing
30%
it.
30% or something.
Yeah, 30%. You turn somebody in on the thing. You can fill out a form and you can turn them in on it.
Wow.
Texas does it. Washington has a program on efficiency. They consider that under the waste part. So if you're coming up with like, hey, I have an idea. If we did this or did that, then that would be more efficient. Then they give you something. But it's like, who cares about that?
So if they save X number of dollars.
Yeah, we get the theft. Get the theft. Here's a quick story. I heard this from a friend of mine. She works, I won't say the name of the city. Somebody walked into this big closet, giant closet, and was filled from like floor to ceiling with all of this toner copier. And they noticed that the toner copier, they don't even use this toner copier paper stuff anymore. But they're like, why do we keep getting more and more orders of it? Why do they keep, it's in the whole closet. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this. You know what they find out? That the person who orders the toner gets a free trip to Hawaii every time he orders a certain amount of the toner. Where's Bob going? But Bob, where'd you get that tan? Back from Hawaii.
Again.
And everyone in the office knows it. They all know it happens, but no one says anything. They don't even use the toner.
Toner is very expensive, by the way.
But apparently they use a different toner or something. But it doesn't matter. The guy keeps ordering from this company because the company gives bonuses to people that order a certain amount. So whenever he wants a trip to Hawaii, he just orders a bunch of toner. Again, what's the motivation for the person who's working in the office? You can get a mug.
If you're lucky.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Terrible.
It's terrible. Here comes Nate checking traffic, Nate.
All right, John, the Emerald Queen Casino has our update. No big surprises out there. Typical backup, Seattle to Everett at 55 minutes. After you get across that Ship Canal Bridge, just minor crowding off and on between Northgate and Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, we're at 50 minutes. You're slow through Kirkland. You're going to clear out through Totem Lake and then crowded again between Bothell and Canyon Park. And then you're going to join in that North 5 backup as you head into South Everett. North 5 into Seattle, scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge or the Ship Canal Bridge. It's 25 minutes to get through downtown. Southbound 405 packed now from mid-Bellevue down to Cold Creek Parkway, close to a half hour between Bellevue and Renton. North 405 is now crowded from South Center to the Renton Landing. You're close to freeway speeds here, so South Center to Bellevue is still looking good at 20 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way has gone up just a bit to a 40-minute drive. You're slow from the Boeing Access Road all the way to State Route 516. Live professional boxing is back with the main event February 6th at the Emerald Queen Casino. The main event powered by WFC. February 6th only at the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Hi, I'm Charlie Hart.
And I'm Amanda Factor.
Elected or appointed sheriff.
King County Sheriff Patty Cole Tyndall explains how it influences the way she does her job.
Luke Ducey on how technology and football go hand in hand.
And recovering addict Jenny Burton of Seattle chats about her new book that exposes how $1 billion machine is meant not to end human suffering, but to manage it.
Sully has traffic every 10 minutes.
That's 5 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News.
Subscribe to the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel and watch live.
Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Trust and Will.
My dad and I were always close, but some things we just didn't talk about, like his will. After he was gone, we found out he didn't have one, and it created a lot of stress during a time of grief.
Creating a will can be hard to think about, but avoiding it can lead to greater difficulty for the people you love. That's why Trust and Will makes estate planning simple. Create a will online in as little as 30 minutes.
Now, I have a will in place to make sure my loved ones are protected. With Trust and Will, it was easy and affordable, and I got peace of mind knowing my wishes are clear.
Trust and Will.
Get 20% off when you visit trustandwill.com/plan. That's trustandwill.com/plan to get 20% off. trustandwill.com/PLAN.
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Thanks, Brandy. Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home, better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster, at a higher price, and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and the results can last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. Using your own natural hair, Advanced Hair can restore your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning. All backed by Advanced Hair's guarantee. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
If your home is 20 years old or more, it might be time to have your roof inspected. Your roof is your home's first line of defense, and at Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we'll help it last as long as possible. Our trained and licensed crew will evaluate your roof, repairing when we can and offering replacement options only when necessary. Plus, every new install comes protected with a full year of free maintenance on us. Visit GuardianRoofing.com today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Governor Bob Ferguson is now formally asking President Trump for a major disaster declaration and more than $21 million in federal aid. Ferguson and his team started laying the groundwork for that request last month after record-breaking floods.
We walked through the numerous highway closures. We walked through the flood levels. We walked through tens of thousands of Washingtonians being evacuated.
Requests covers 10 counties and 15 tribal nations that were hit by 18 days of storms. 26-year-old accused of running an illegal gun manufacturing operation out of his Seattle apartments will spend nearly 3 years in federal prison. Andre Justice Atwater was arrested in 2024 after shooting 2 men with a BB gun. A search of his apartments then uncovered gun-making equipment, silencers, and more than 100 Glock switches, all illegal under federal law. President Trump spoke today at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland, assuring allies he will not use force to seize Greenland.
People thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
President now says he has reached a framework agreement on Greenland with the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte. More from CBS's Nancy Cordes.
Rutte reassured President Trump that yes, despite what he had said in his speech earlier in the day, President Trump questioning whether NATO allies would actually be there for the United States, Rutte said absolutely, if the U.S. ever came under attack, it's part of Article 5 of NATO, the entire reason it was created. European countries would come to the assistance of the United States.
Well, the president also says he is dropping his tariff threats, which were part of his effort to secure Greenland. He led the NFL in receiving yards, and now Jackson Smith-Njigba has been named the league's Offensive Player of the Year by the Pro Football Writers of America. He tells The Reset with G. Scott he's more focused on the ultimate prize.
We're all locked in. We're focused. You know, we know what the mission is, and we're all ready to go.
JSN and the Seahawks are 1 win away from the Super Bowl. Only the L.A. Rams stand in the way. Kickoff for the NFC Championship game is set for 3:30 this Sunday. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk and check in with Nate Connors.
This one's brought to you by Seattle Sports. Looking like a normal commute for our midday. Mukilteo Speedway, we do have a new crash. It's northbound at Beverly Park Road. It's in your right lane. And it looks like they're going to move this out of your way here at any moment. Seattle to Everett, 1 hour after you get across the Ship Canal Bridge. We have building volumes between Northgate and Linwood, but it's still at close to freeway speeds here. Bellevue to Everett, 50 minutes. Scattered slowing now between Kirkland and Canyon Park. North 5 into Seattle, pretty solid now between the West Seattle Bridge and the Ship Canal Bridge. About a half hour to make it through downtown Seattle. South 5 is slow from the U District to I-90. Gets thick on the Ship Canal Bridge, but overall, Linwood to Seattle doing great at 15 minutes. South 405 is packed from 520 to Coal Creek Parkway. A half hour between Bellevue to Renton. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is a 45-minute drive. We're really thick in the south end from Algona into Sumner. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And now to your forecast. Clear skies tonight, some morning fog tomorrow, followed by a mostly cloudy afternoon. More sunshine returning by Friday. Right now, 46 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Thank you, Aaron. Amazing how many people know people that know people that know people, right? And somebody just texts in, they know the guy that found the money,
They did. They said, I know Bradley Birkenfield. He was a private banker in Switzerland, although he was an American citizen. He is the reason Swiss bank accounts now have names attached to them, and he's a great guy.
Wow. He's living in Malta. Did they back him up on that?
Didn't say.
Isn't it crazy? People know people. 1-888-973-5476. If you know famous people that we're talking about, please feel free to be part of the show. This day in history, here we go. This is Vladimir Lenin. There's a statue of him in Fremont. He passed away in 1924. I wonder if anybody's going to put any roses there at the feet of Vladimir Lenin. Responsible for the Red Terror, killing more than 10 million people. But there's a statue of him in Fremont. I don't know if it's meant to be ironic or not.
They paint over it. They put blood on his hands all the time, so I don't know.
Well, they tore down statues of Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, right?
I don't know who they are.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What? What's wrong?
Nothing.
You look like you're about to say something else interesting.
No, I said I don't know who they are.
Okay.
I don't know who put it up, and I don't know their reason.
Fine, dandy. The first Concorde takes off back in 1976. In 1977, Carter pardons draft dodgers. Would you have gone away? Like now, I think about it now. If they had a war now, and they would draft my kid, I would say go. Don't go to war.
Oh, don't go to war. Don't go.
You think about it. Generals, you know where generals used to be in war?
Front lines.
Yeah. Emperors. You know how many emperors died? Roman emperors died in their bed. Only a third poisoned or stabbed, whatever. A lot of them died because they were the first guys, like right there, front. They're on the horse or they're going in there, first in battle to go right in there. Same sort of thing. So any general or anybody in Congress or Senate that says, "Oh, we're going to go to war against this country or that country," if you vote, then you take your kid, and your kid is first over the hill.
I agree.
And if that were the case, I'd be like, well, all's fair. Get on in there. But it's a lot easier for people that are just, we're going to, invade this country or that country. And your kid's not going to shed any blood.
Especially with hindsight on how these things are going.
Yeah. So Carter pardons them. 1981, the DeLorean is completed. Yes. And 1990, John McEnroe disqualified from the Australian Open. He was ranked 5th in the world. He's the first player. He's up 2-1. He defaults. The first one is he unsportsmanlike conduct. That's rule number 1. He violated that. Then he abuse of a racket. That's where he smashed the rackets down. And then, you got the sound on it?
They're all in.
Yeah, here we go. This is Mr. McEnroe. A little problem here.
The volatile American, renowned for his on-court tantrums, received 3 code violations. 1 for intimidating a lineswoman.
Yep.
Code violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, warning Mr. McEnroe.
1 for smashing his racket.
Code violation, racket abuse, point penalty, Mr. McEnroe.
And the other for swearing at the umpire and the tournament referee.
Ken Farrar has overheard McEnroe swearing.
Code violation, verbal
See, they
abuse.
bleep those out.
Default, Mr. McEnroe.
Whoa!
Game, set, match, point.
That's the end of the match. The former world number 1 thought he had 1 more violation before he would be ejected.
Yeah, McEnroe, when asked about it like some 30 years later, said, nobody told me they changed the rules.
It sounds like he knew the rules. He just had his count wrong.
No, maybe he did. Yeah. He can't smash the racket. All right, so DeLorean comes out with the 21st, 1981. It comes off the assembly line. First television report on the DeLorean. Here it is.
The DeLorean.
Here comes the
gull-wing doors rise effortlessly, beckoning you inside. The sleek, stainless steel DeLorean. Beautifully crafted for long life.
And by the way, anybody know John DeLorean? You can text us at 1-888-973.
The DeLorean is one of the most awaited automobiles in automotive history.
Really?
Drive the DeLorean. Live the dream today.
I live the dream. I get a chance to live the
John
dream.
DeLorean was a rock star automotive exec in the 60s and 70s. He left GM to create his dream car, the DeLorean DMC-12, but there were problems. Facing bankruptcy, John DeLorean was under massive pressure to save his company. An old neighbor approached him about a business deal. This business deal would turn out to be a multi-million-dollar drug operation.
Ooh.
Unfortunately for John, this was actually an FBI sting operation. DeLorean was recorded with 62 pounds of cocaine on the table. He claims that he was entrapped by the government and was set up while desperate to save his company.
62 pounds?
In 1984, John DeLorean was acquitted on all charges, but unfortunately the damage was done and the DeLorean Motor Company went bankrupt.
Womp womp. DeLorean talking about the bus.
The Justice Department said today that it is investigating how FBI surveillance tapes of automaker John DeLorean were obtained by magazine publisher Larry Flint and then passed on to CBS News.
Yeah.
And DeLorean's lawyer argued that broadcast of some of the tapes by CBS News now should be cause for dismissal of the cocaine dealing case against his client. Our law correspondent Fred Graham is in Los Angeles.
I'll be on time for you, Fred. DeLorean's brief comments to the media after the acquittal.
Life as a hardworking industrialist has been tattered and torn. I don't know, would you buy a used car from me?
Poor John DeLorean. There's a couple more of those cars still out there, I think. Some people still have them.
Yeah.
6,000 of them were sold or something?
9,000 were sold, and that they stopped producing them 3 years before anybody really knew what they were, because in 1985, Back to the Future came out, and of course that's where
Everybody wanted it again.
Yep.
My dad was dating this gal after he got divorced, moved to New York City. He's dating this gal, and she dragging him to these clubs, these new club to open up, and they want to get to the front of the line. They got a big crowd there. So she says, we're not waiting for this, Jack. We're going to the front of the line. And as they get right to the front of the line, she turns around and she says, you look like John DeLorean. She goes, for Christ's sake, know something about cars.
Did it work?
My dad sort of looked like John DeLorean. Yeah. He's like, what do I know about cars? So she walks right up the front line. She goes, excuse me. John DeLorean's here. John DeLorean's getting in your club. Can you please open the little thing? Get us in here. That's John DeLorean. Guy's like, oh, sorry, Mr. DeLorean. Come on in. Sorry about that. So come on in.
It's amazing.
By the way, where's your cocaine? My dad's like, I don't know anything about cars. What am I going to say?
It's shocking how often people just believe you, take it your word.
You just get somebody like, yeah, Wendy to bring you right up to the front of the line there.
She sounds like a nice lady.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
How long that last?
Long time.
Really?
Yeah. It was amazing. Like, all of a sudden, my dad gets divorced, moves to New York City, gets a place in Park Avenue, starts to take cooking classes, buys a condo in Aspen. I'm like, who the hell are you? Where were you all my life?
Go to clubs.
He's spending all the money.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard any of the post-divorce.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty wild. Yeah. Know something about cars. Here comes Nate knowing something about cars. Nathan?
Yes, I do. Seattle to Everett is a 1 hour commute after you get across the Ship Canal Bridge. We have building volumes between Northgate and Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, 50 minutes. Scattered slowing between Kirkland and Canyon Park. The drive through Everett this afternoon looks great. Pretty much all clear. You're going to run into some minor crowding between Broadway and Highway 2. North 5 into Seattle, we've got scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. About a half hour now to get through this. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, 15, 20 minutes max on both 520 and I-90. Those lake bridges are wide open. Westbound 520 will jam up in Montlake over to I-5 because of Revive I-5. South 405 now packed from 520 to Coal Creek Parkway. More slowing between the VMAC and the Renton Landing. A half hour between Bellevue and Renton. And Tacoma to Olympia looks great as well. It's going to take you right around 40 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, if you're over the age of 50, you don't want to wear readers, glasses, contacts anymore, concerned about a cataract, and you maybe got a whole bunch of glasses you have to put on, see at night, drive up close, whatever it is, you might be a good candidate for RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. Dr. Copstein over there and a lot of other great doctors at K2 Vision RLE will tell you straight whether or not it's going to be perfect for you. And this is why I chose K2 Vision RLE, because I went to another place and the guy looked in my eyes and goes, yeah, this is going to work. And I meet Copstein over there at K2 Vision RLE. He goes, listen, I'm not going to do this unless it's going to have a great result for you. Let's take a look at your eyes. He goes, man, you have cataract in your right eye. We can do this. 5 minutes wide and 5 on the other. Get it both done the same day. Go back in there, I think the next day. And I got 20/20 vision. This is the best. That was like 5 years ago. I'm telling you right now, if you're over the age of 50, no readers, no glasses, no contacts, this is your answer. K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan, presented by Carter Subaru.
More like choke point. The new year brings a big new headache for the thousands of you commuting south on I-5 into Seattle. The latest phase of Revive I-5 is underway, and it won't be finished anytime soon. I've got you covered with traffic on the 3s every morning from 6 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News. Nate Connors has you covered every afternoon. We're always hunting for alternate routes, and we'll help you get where you need to be a little faster. On KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. I'm here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. So there are some folks who probably think that they are in the clear because they haven't been hounded by IRS agents for the last few weeks. But that is a false sense of comfort.
It's a false sense of comfort. And I understand why people feel that way, Jason, because with the IRS shut down, all the revenue agents, the auditors, the revenue officers, the tax collectors, they weren't in their office. And the IRS stopped sending out notices because they knew that, people just couldn't respond to them because there weren't a lot of IRS personnel around. And so you get comfortable, you get complacent. But I tell you, folks, really, if you got an IRS issue, it's better to take care of it now than later. It really is.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. It's the Clearance Savings Spectacular at Olympic Hot Tub. We're slashing prices on hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Even bigger savings on floor models. Plus, no interest through 2031. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty less charging you extra like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
I'm assuming there's going to be more Seahawks songs coming.
Perhaps.
Up on Instagram and stuff like that, right? Back in 1985, Pat Cashman over there at, of course, King 5, Almost Live, came up with a song. So they were 8-8 back there. I think they finished third in the division. Let's see, where is it? Here's Cashman. Because yesterday we played, of course, the Super Bowl Shuffle.
Hey, what's going on in here, man? Everything's going to be all right. I know it was a tough day out there and everything, but we're going to make it this year.
The Bears.
We're going to work hard this year.
Seattle.
This is Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the blue wave is going to be rolling.
Oh.
Baby. The work is tough and the days are long. I've been working out and getting strong.
Who's singing?
We're pushing hard to reach our goal.
They're players, but I don't know.
And the blue wave is on the roll. We've got the others on the run.
Kenny Easley, maybe?
Till we're done.
Freddie Young?
Sure. For the Super Bowl. And the blue wave is on a roll. Step right up and line up and give the ball a hike.
Wow.
Then run it in, turn and spin and give that ball a spike. Shotgun pass and let it soar. Haul it in and see how to score. We work as one because we're a team. And now we're reaching for a dream. We're aiming for the Super Bowl.
Right.
And the blue wave is on the roll.
There we go. All right, so Pat was asked about, he wrote the song, the lyrics, he discussed how it all came together. He said,
in my marketing position at a Seattle TV station that year, I decided we needed a Seahawks music video featuring actual singing and dancing players, all believing that getting to the Super Bowl was a realistic goal that year. So we shot the video during an off day in the actual player locker room during the preseason. The smell of sweat and smelly socks added to the ambiance. A terrific Northwest music composer, Dan Dean, created the tune. I wrote the lyrics. Back then, it was a pretty big hit. For the record, later that season, the Chicago Bears swiped our idea with a music video of their own called The Super Bowl Shuffle. Our video preceded theirs by months. On the other hand, the Bears really did go on to win the Super Bowl that year. The Seahawks finished 8-8.
thank you, Pat. How can you forget this one, Joe? The Rams, 86.
But enough about me, we'll hit a ram it, you see. If you ram it just right, you can ram it all night. Ram it. Do you know how to ram it? Let's ram it. We know how to ram it. We're rockin' LA. So let's ram it today. Let's ram it.
Does anybody think?
Let's ram it right now with the LA Ram. Hollywood handsome, Dodge City tough. If you throw it my way, it's gonna get rough. I like to ram it, as you can see. No.
I can't imagine the people weren't like, there's a little double entendre in there.
I think they knew what they were doing.
But he likes ramming any more than that.
The Rams, 1986. Knowing how to ram it.
They should blast that this Sunday at Lumen Field when the Rams come on field.
Huh?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I know how to rock from the toes to the head. When I pull the trigger, I'll knock you dead.
There you go. Okay.
Of the three, which is your favorite?
Well, I mean, I like that one because I just like I like the fact that they use the word Rams and then they put that into the lyric.
Yeah, I agree. It's the most. It's the most fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Just ram it.
Be quiet now. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
This one brought to us by Wilcox Farms. Seattle to Everett is a 1-hour drive this afternoon. Some of this this drive time includes the Ship Canal Bridge backup for Revive I-5. So once you get across that bridge, it's wide open until you hit Shoreline. Then from there, it's pretty heavy into Linwood. Our express lanes, we have a stall at 85th in your right lane. You're backed up to Northeast 50th. Bellevue to Everett, 50 minutes with building volumes between Kirkland and Canyon Park. Now North 5 into Seattle, scattered backups on the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. About a half hour now to get through this backup. Crossing the lake from Bellevue to Seattle, we're doing good this afternoon. In fact, the lake bridges are wide open. It's just 20 minutes from Bellevue to Seattle. Westbound 90 is wide open all the way into Seattle, but 520 does jam up in Montlake. South 405 packed from 520 to Cold Creek Parkway. More scattered slowing from the VMAC into Renton. It's 30 minutes from Bellevue into Renton. Federal Way or Seattle to Federal Way is a 45-minute drive. Tacoma to Olympia continues to look great at 40 minutes. Cage-free eggs are good, free range are better, and mobile pasture-raised eggs are the best. Choose the best for your family. Locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Be there when the Seahawks make history. Hello! KIRO News Radio is giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship game.
Oh, my word!
Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Download the KIRO News Radio app and click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
This should be fun.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
If you've saved more than $300,000, you may have a big problem in retirement, and it's taxes. Taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals, taxes on your Social Security benefits, taxes on your investment income, and more. And when you add it all up, this could be your largest expense in retirement. That's why it's critical you get in front of this now. Hi, it's Charlie Harger. Discover the strategies that could significantly reduce your taxes in retirement with a free, customized retirement tax savings analysis. It's from Boss Retirement Solutions, who has 2 locations in Seattle. Schedule your free analysis now by calling 206-210-1350. That's 206-210-1350. Don't overpay your taxes to the government. Call 206-210-1350.
Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. No statement contained herein should constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
1 win away from the Super Bowl.
You stacked plays. It started with a 95-yard.
Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish!
We play our style of play. Games can look like this often.
The table is set for the NFC Championship game. Sunday at Lumen Field against the Rams. Kickoff at 3:30.
Job's not done. We're going to do the same thing.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle and the home of the Seahawks. KIRO News Radio.
All right, here's a quick confession. The reason Nick, my wife, is going to Longevity Medical Clinic is because why?
I got sick of watching you sleep at night when I was awake.
Wait a minute. Here's what would happen. I'd be asleep because I've got my hormones balanced thanks to Longevity Medical Clinic. I'm asleep, and then Nick would go, "Are you asleep? Are you sleeping? That's not fair. I can't sleep." I'm like, "So you're going to wake me up?"
Yes, because I didn't want you to have more energy than I would the next day, and I was up all night.
So what did I say to you? I said, so go to the Longevity Medical Clinic. Do the same thing I did. Get your hormones balanced. You'll sleep better, right?
And I did.
Right. You don't have to wake me up anymore and go, it's not fair that you're sleeping.
I know.
But didn't you see that it wasn't fair that you were waking me up?
Yes, because now you're the one taking the dogs out because I'm still asleep in the morning.
So we're both getting good night's sleep. we're both getting lots of energy, and we're happy.
You want me to tell you why? Because my hormones are now balanced.
Okay, I don't want to hear about your hormones right now. So be like Nick and get a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. Northwest News.
Start the new year taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland backs off from his European tariff threat over Greenland and tells CNBC that along with NATO,
we have a concept of a deal. I think it's going to be a very good deal for the United States, also for them. And we're going to work together on something having to do with the Arctic as a whole, but also Greenland. And it has to do with the security, great security, strong security, and other things.
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte tells Fox News that he had not discussed the key issue of Danish sovereignty over Greenland in his meeting with President Trump. CBS's Linda Kenyon also reports.
The reported breakthrough followed Trump's address at the World Economic Forum in Davos, where he reiterated the U.S. will take Greenland, but he also said it would not do so by force. In announcing the framework of a deal, Trump also said he is canceling tariffs on the U.S. allies in Europe that balked at his plans for Greenland. The tariffs were set to begin on February 1st.
A Republican-led House committee has voted to recommend that the full chamber hold former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress for refusing a subpoena in its Jeffrey Epstein probe. CBS's Allison Keyes.
Committee Chair James Comer says,
the ayes have it.
And the committee adopts the report,
recommending that the House of Representatives find William J. Clinton in contempt of Congress.
Such charges have historically been used only as a last resort, and Comer initiated the proceedings after the Clintons refused a subpoena to appear for months. The Clintons say they didn't know about Epstein's abuse and offered written declarations about their interactions with him.
A major winter storm is expected to start impacting portions of the country on Friday. CBS News meteorologist Nikki Nolan.
We have a significant winter storm event that is shaping up in the southern U.S., and it's going to make its way across the eastern U.S. and impact parts of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast come the start of next week. We have a lot of Arctic cold air that'll be moving in starting on Thursday, and it will really just sink in and stick around through the upcoming weekend and into the start of next week.
The Supreme Court has heard oral arguments over President Trump's efforts to oust Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. The president announced his intention to fire Cook in late August over allegations that she committed mortgage fraud, the first time that a president has tried to remove a sitting Fed governor. Cook has denied those allegations. CBS's Jan Crawford was in court.
I think it was very clear that all the justices, liberal and conservative, very skeptical of the president's broad arguments. I didn't see any takers.
This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, a Seahawks health reports ahead of Sunday's game against the Rams. That's one story we get to after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Nothing's really going to surprise you this afternoon. Seattle Sports has our update. Seattle to Everett, though, plan on an hour, 5 minutes. After you get across the Ship Canal Bridge, you're going to clear out nicely, and then it gets packed from Shoreline in through North Linwood. We cleared that stall already from the express lanes at 85th. Bellevue to Everett, you just hit 1 hour. It is now solid between Kirkland and Canyon Park. You'll catch a nice break, and then at that Alderwood interchange, you're going to jam up as you join that North 5 backup heading into South Everett. Linwood to Seattle, 20 to 25 minutes. We're slow through Linwood now. You'll catch a nice break, though, and then again from Lake City Way to I-90. North 5 is solid from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. It's a half hour to get through downtown. Southbound 405 is packed at 520 down to Cold Creek Parkway. You'll clear out again until you get down to about the VMAC, and then another backup from there to the Renton Landing. All added up, it's a half hour from Bellevue to Renton. Renton to Puyallup, southbound 167 is going to take you 50 minutes. We're crowded coming off 405 down to Emerald Downs. Gets real thick at Ellingson Road there in Pacific, all the way onto State Route 512 in Puyallup. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. Governor Bob Ferguson is now asking President Trump for a major disaster declaration after last month's historic storms and floods. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
Governor Ferguson was on the phone with the Federal Emergency Management Agency even as the disaster was unfolding.
We had a good conversation to describe in detail the situation here in Washington State and really the tremendous need that Washington State has for assistance from the federal government.
He's asking for $21.3 million in FEMA assistance for survivors in 10 counties and 15 tribal nations. Nearly 4,000 homes were damaged, more than 100,000 people had to evacuate, and one person died. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
City of Lakewood is hit with a federal $26 million wrongful death lawsuit. This involves a high-speed chase that ended in the death of a 57-year-old father of 7.
It happened in 2023. According to the lawsuit, the case involves a high-speed pursuit between Lakewood officers and 2 juvenile robbery suspects. That pursuit ended in the death of commercial truck driver Bowden Vetrov. Former Pierce County prosecutor Mark Lindquist represents the family.
Lakewood officers ignored their own departmental policies, ignored state law, and ignored common sense.
We've reached out to the city of Lakewood for comment, but so far have not heard back. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold is feeling better after suffering an oblique strain in practice last week. Coach Mike McDonald telling reporters today.
Sam continues to get better. He's not going to be a full go the whole week, so we have a plan. We're going to work through it, see how the day goes, and then we'll kind of take it day by day.
Hawks are also working out George Halani at running back after Zach Charbonnet suffered a season-ending knee injury. Mariners fans, time to lace up your running shoes. T-Mobile Park is hosting its first ever 5K and 1K fun run. This is called the Diamond Dash. It takes place March 21st. That is 1 week before opening day. Team says runners will cruise through every level of the ballpark, finishing on the warning track. Now to your weather update. We are looking at clear skies for now. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, highs back into the mid-40s. Right now, 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Do you want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said, life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Snickers? You want those again? David, the naked mailbox guy dropping those things off.
By the way, he wants to officially replace your mailbox.
Well, okay. He sells them. Diving into the news. I'll buy one. Here we go. The John Curley Show. All right. Boy, Trump had quite the day in Davos. I like the fact that Gavin Newsom was supposed to speak there, and they just blocked the door on him.
Yeah, he was invited to speak, and they said, nope,
Some say he's a savior, a beacon so bright. Others scream danger, they're ready to fight. Building up walls or tearing them down. A hero, a villain, a king or a clown. Love him or hate him, there's no in between. The loudest of dreams or the darkest of scenes. Making it great or breaking it all. The Trump administration's a wild free for all.
Boof. Okay, so the president gets a chance to speak there at Davos, mostly unscripted, I would say. I think generally there's something on the teleprompter, but he's riffing going all over the place. Some highlights. Here we go. On the state of some European countries. Oh boy, this would be good. Hold on.
It's great to be back in beautiful Davos, Switzerland, and to address so many respected business leaders, so many friends, few enemies. Certain places in Europe are not even recognizable, frankly, anymore. They're not recognizable. And we can argue about it, but there's no argument. Friends come back from different places. I don't want to insult anybody.
But I will. Start pointing some people out here. Hang on.
And say, I don't recognize it. And that's not in a positive way. That's in a very negative way. And I love Europe.
You get all that, Aaron? Did you hear all that? Okay.
And I want to see Europe go good. But it's not heading in the right direction.
Hey, you were giving Nate a hard time for his grammar.
Don't go good. You know, the Swiss had an opportunity to tax the super wealthy, a 50% wealth tax. How do you think the Swiss voted on that? Swiss?
In favor.
50% tax on inheritance, basically. They take the super duper rich would have to pay 50%. Yes or no? It went 70% in one direction.
Okay, no.
It went no. You're absolutely right. Trump on the United States and the right to control the importance of Greenland. This whole thing, if somebody actually took a history class or a civics class, no one would be talking about this, but here we go.
This enormous unsecured island is actually part of North America on the northern frontier of the Western Hemisphere. That's our territory. It is therefore a core national security interest of the United States of America. And in fact, it's been our policy for hundreds of years to prevent outside threats from entering our hemisphere. And we've done it very successfully. We've never been stronger than we are now. That's why American presidents have sought to purchase Greenland. It's the United States alone that can protect this giant.
Wait. Who's trying to produce? Well, hold on a second.
That's why American presidents have sought to purchase Greenland. It's the United States alone that can protect this giant mass of land, this giant piece of ice, develop it and improve it and make it so that it's good for Europe and safe for Europe and good for us. And that's the reason I'm seeking immediate negotiations to once again discuss the acquisition of Greenland by the United States, just as we have acquired many other territories throughout our history, as many of the European nations have. They've acquired. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, so here's how it has to work. The president doesn't have a checkbook. There's only one group that have a checkbook. Those are the folks in the House. So the president would have to get Democrats to go with him on this thing in order to be able to buy. Like Jefferson buys from France, the Louisiana Purchase cost, I think, $15 million, something like that. But Congress is the one that has to approve this thing. The Senate has to agree to this. The president can't just buy something.
But is it for sale?
No, but I mean, everything, again, like I said before, everything is for sale. But we bought from Russia, we bought Alaska, Swords Folly, and that was President Johnson did that. But you got to get the approval. The thing is, the Democrats would, even if they agreed with this, they would never give him this victory. No way. So the president can't just go, oh, I'm going to buy it. You don't have a checkbook. You can't buy anything. And then he says, well,
we probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force.
Okay, here's the problem with that one. It's all part of NATO, and NATO's rule is, hey, we all defend one another. So if, like, the United States were to go in there with force, then the rest of NATO would have to go, hey, you're violating, and we've had this treaty since 1945 and 47. You're going after one of our own.
where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good.
Oh, my God. All right, keep going.
That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
You can't. Then all of a sudden NATO's like, hey, the United States, we're all in this together. They're going in there and they're going after one of our guys. So they would then attack the United States? It's kooky town.
But the problem with NATO is that we'll be there for them 100%. But I'm not sure that they'd be there for us. If we gave them the call, gentlemen, we are being attacked. We're under attack by such and such a nation. I know them all very well. I'm not sure that they'd be there. I know we'd be there for them. I don't know that they'd be there for us.
Okay.
They issued a statement saying, oh, we'd be there.
We'd be there for you, yeah. And finally, he touches on the Golden Dome. So this is part of the story about Greenland.
We're building a Golden Dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your Prime Minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful. But they should be grateful to us. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements.
Oh, my God. This is like, you ever go to like one of these company meetings where someone just decides you just let it rip?
Yeah.
You know, they start calling people out. Everybody's like slightly uncomfortable and excited. They're like hoping the one guy asked the question that everybody wants, or at least everybody's got something to talk about afterwards. The Golden Dome, to be able, it's the difference. So intercontinental ballistic, or these ballistic missiles, anything that's shot, nuclear missiles that are shot over. If you had support there, if we were able to knock these things down, the difference is from 2 minutes to 10 minutes. You would have better warning, and you'd be better off at getting them blown out of the sky if you're able to control Greenland. The other problem is, and he knows, I don't know if he mentioned it or not, is that China's spending money there, and that's part of it. And Russia is as well. Russia, China also looking to build infrastructure there in Greenland. They don't want that. They want to be able to maybe work it out. But best not to just go right in there and say, hey, we're going to take your country from you. Oh, and then all the other news. This is also, and I'm not, listen, I didn't vote for him. I'm a libertarian. I got problems with anybody who wants to spend more money, and I'm shocked by some of the stuff that President Trump has done. Some of the stuff I really like what he's done. He still hasn't been able to beat Bush when it comes to deportation. So I was shocked to see the number of turnarounds. They catch him at the border and turn around. Bush, I think, had more than 1 million. Clinton had 1 million for about 3 years. They had 1 million, and 1.5 million. Obama had as well. Trump is not there yet to be able to possibly catch up with some of the other presidents. But this a bad one. Signs the executive order cracking down on Wall Street investors purchasing single-family homes. There are 82 million single-family homes in the United States. All right? There are about 14 million of those are rental properties. Big institutional buyers, Wall Street coming in and buying up. They only own about 3 or 4%, and they're not buying them all up. And I don't know why he's doing this. All you're doing is taking out a section, a very small section of buyers that would possibly take the homes. Most institutional buyers buy homes that need work, fix them up, and then repair them and then rent them. Mom and Pa there's mom and pa's, there's regional investors and small national investors. But the institutional guys, they're a small percentage of owners. They have about 420,000 of the homes. That's a tiny percent of the 11 million of rental homes out there. So I don't know why he did that. I guess it's this idea of affordability, because everybody's blasting away, make things more affordable. What can you do? Well, let's just go after the rich banks that may or may not buy the home. They're such a small percentage, it's not going to do anything about it at all. What you're going to see is you're going to see less building possibly going on, or less rehab going on, and you're just taking buyers out of the market. But again, they have to do something in order to make people feel that affordability is right around the corner. Yeah. Oh, this one. This is a perfect example. The folks on the right, they were screaming and yelling about the left and the left going around and cancel culture, or they point to the UK and they show the cops coming into some guy's home. And he's like, well, what I do? I put something up on Facebook. And they drag him away and put him in jail, right? Mm-hmm. And people are all upset about there's the wokers going around arresting people because stuff that they say. Well, here it is right here. Is it right here, Miami? Yeah. Listen to this. So the police, this is in Miami. So the mayor of Miami, I guess, was upset by something that somebody posted on Facebook. So this is the perfect example. You don't like that the left does it, then you should be just as outraged if you feel that's an injustice. When this, I'm assuming the mayor there in Miami, I'm going to guess the guy's probably a Republican. The cops show up. The police show up at this person's house.
Picture to make sure it's you. We're not sure.
So they show up. The woman is standing there, and they show her a posting that she put up on Facebook. So, and what he wants to find out is this you? This lady was smart about this.
Picture to make sure it's you. We're not sure.
Okay.
Is that your account?
I refuse to answer questions without my lawyer present.
That's right. Good.
So I really don't know how to answer that question either
well,
way.
Like I said, you're not going to jail.
This is freedom of speech. This is America, right?
And I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
We're just trying to see if it's you, but if we're not talking to the right person.
Why does it matter if it's her or not? But
we want to go see who the right person is.
Okay, how can I help you?
So pretty much it's just a statement that was made as far as,
verbatim, it says the guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians tried to shut down a theater for showing a movie that hurt his feelings and refuses to stand up for the LGBTQ community in any way. Even leaves the room when they vote and on related matters. Wants you to know that you are all welcome. Clown face, clown face, clown face. 3 days ago.
You don't know? It was...
Too bad there wasn't a poopy emoji. You have to say that 3 times.
I'm not going to answer whether that's me or not.
Okay.
The concerning part, and not concerning for the person who's posting it, what we're just trying to prevent is somebody else getting...
Getting what? Here it comes. So why is the law enforcement involved? Listen to this.
The person who's posting it, what we're just trying to prevent is somebody else getting agitated or agreeing with the statement. We're not saying it's true or not.
Understood.
Did you get that? So they're there because this woman posts something, and they're concerned that somebody might read it and then get agitated and then do something. Wow.
A guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians. That can probably incite somebody to do something radical. That's all we're here to talk about.
Yeah. So you say something, and then somebody sees something that you posted, and then they do something that would cause them to violate somebody else's civil rights.
And we wanted to get your side of it. Was you that posted that?
Was you that posted that?
Was
it you that graduated from high school with an English degree or can speak English? Was that you?
Refrain from posting things like that because that could get something
I appreciate your concern. I appreciate you coming out here.
Okay.
That's it?
That is it. Okay. I'm going to maintain my amendment rights to
not to incriminate
not
myself.
answer the question about
Okay.
I hope that's understandable.
Right. We appreciate it.
Thank you as well.
Okay?
You as well. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, so you know what that does? What do you think that does for her? That scares the crap out of her. Now, she handled it pretty well, but you think she's going to post something again? Probably not. She'll think, well, maybe she will, maybe she won't. But that type of activity from the government to a private citizen who is allowed to post something on Facebook, this is going to quell or freeze, intimidate her. I'm assuming, in most cases it does. Think about it. She posts something. Is she going to think twice next time she hits the enter button? Probably. This is exactly what the First Amendment is about. You should be able to say it. Go ahead. You're allowed to say whatever you want. Now, listen, some people might be kooky and they might end up doing it, but that's not your fault, right? Unless you stand on a soapbox, the only speech that is not protected by the First Amendment is when you stand there and says, hey, everybody, let's all get a bunch of pitchforks and some torches and go over to Joe's house and set it on fire right now. You're not allowed to do that. But you can say, hey, Joe's house, highly flammable.
Yeah. Even that might be a little much. You can say Joe sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
That is awful. Who's the mayor there in Miami?
That is Mayor Stephen Minor. He is a Republican and apparently a quote-unquote Zionist.
Oh, a Zionist. Okay. Okay, they throw that word around. Yeah, okay. But that's disgraceful.
Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome. Thank you. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thanks, John. Home Comfort Alliance has our update. We're getting busy out there, and we've got a big collision heading to Mercer Island on eastbound 90. It's at the east end of the Lake Bridge, blocking 2 center lanes. You're backed up bumper to I-5, Seattle to Bellevue. Already a 40-minute trip. That's a 20-minute delay. Crossing the lake westbound looks good on I-90. Westbound 520, you're going to jam up mid-span due to our Revive I-5 work. This is our new normal now until June when we get a brief break for the World Cup. Seattle to Everett is up to an hour, 10 minutes. After you get across the Ship Canal Bridge, you're going to clear out until you hit 130th, and then from there, it's packed into South Everett. Bellevue to Everett, also an hour, 10 minutes. You're solid between Kirkland and Canyon Park. You'll catch about a 2-mile break before entering another backup in Alderwood. Linwood to Seattle still looking pretty good at 20 minutes. You're a little crowded in Linwood, and then again from 85th to I-90, you'll hit about second gear there at 520. North 5, scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. Plan on 35 minutes to get through this. Seattle to Federal Way, 45 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia, also a 45-minute trip. For nearly 50 years, 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, and right now you can save up to $2,000 on new heating and cooling systems. Call the comfort people, homecomfortalliance.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
You can put your house on the market. Is it going on the market? You're thinking about it for a little while. You're like, let's sell. You start driving around the neighborhood. You see other houses are on the market. Ooh, it looks like somebody's selling. Somebody else is selling. Who's got that sign out front? Sometimes the realtor's got their picture on there. Is it Novak? Is Mike Novak selling that house? You can count the number of days that sign is hanging there until finally it says sold by Novak. Because Mike Novak's going to get that house sold, because here's the deal Mike is offering to people that list with him. Sell your house in 21 days. If not, I don't pay you a commission. So he is going to hustle. He's not going to sleep at night. He's going to make sure your house gets sold. And how? He's going to spend 70 times more than the average agent. He makes sure that your house gets seen and shown and sold. You want to see? Go online, look at some of Novak's listings, and look what the house looks like. Look at the pictures. See the description, and know that you can find that house just about anywhere on social media, because he is a hustler, because he's got to get that house sold. You're going to see more homes come on the market right around the Super Bowl. Right after that's when they all start coming up. So you want to make sure Novak has got your house in his sights. He's going to sell it for you. Go to meetthenovaks.com. That's meetthenovaks.com, N-O-V-A-K, meetthenovaks.com.
Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Trust and Will.
My dad and I were always close, but some things we just didn't talk about, like his will. After he was gone, we found out he didn't have one, and it created a lot of stress during a time of grief.
Creating a will can be hard to think about, but avoiding it can lead to greater difficulty for the people you love. That's why Trust and Will makes estate planning simple. Create a will online in as little as 30 minutes.
Now, I have a will in place to make sure my loved ones are protected. With Trust and Will, it was easy and affordable, and I got peace of mind knowing my wishes are clear.
Trust and Will.
Get 20% off when you visit trustandwill.com/plan. That's trustandwill.com/plan to get 20% off. trustandwill.com/PLAN.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan, presented by Carter Subaru.
More like Choke Point. The new year brings a big new headache for the thousands of you commuting south on I-5 into Seattle. The latest phase of Revive I-5 is underway, and it won't be finished anytime soon. I've got you covered with traffic on the 3s every morning from 6 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News. Nate Connors has you covered every afternoon. We're always hunting for alternate routes, and we'll help you get where you need to be a little faster. On KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Well, the wet, chilly weather has certainly arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and if your attic and crawl space are well insulated, your home should be fine. Should feel cozy and warm without your furnace having to work overtime. But you'd be surprised to learn how many homes in Western Washington lack insulation in these spaces. It's why you call Crawl Pros. If you're feeling cold drafts or seeing that heating bill spike, now's a great time to learn if you got anything going on behind that crawl space or attic by calling Crawl Pros. They'll come out to your house just like they did to mine, do the corner-to-corner inspection. In my case, they found the problem, showed me the pictures, and then they got it all fixed. Now, if they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates that are available to help you get the work done correctly. Like if you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could get a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost of the insulation job. If you're worried anything is going on in your crawl space or attic, including critters, water intrusion, mold, plumbing issues, anything, call Crawl Pros and schedule your free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not so wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho. And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company. Pure Talk.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granello. Going for a deputy's gun, a man seen on body camera in a struggle with a Pierce County Sheriff's deputy.
Hey, let go of my gun. Let go of my gun.
This happened last week at a Tacoma Apartments. KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Audley has the story.
The Pierce County Sheriff's Office tells me that man had violated a protection order, and they didn't know what situation they were walking into when they got inside that apartment. They say he tried to grab a deputy's gun several times in a struggle so aggressive it knocked off deputies' body-worn cameras, ultimately ending when the suspect took off and jumped off a 3rd-story balcony.
That suspect was treated at the hospital. Nobody else was hurt. A bill to restrict weapons in certain public spaces has now cleared the Washington State Senate. Sponsored by Seattle Democrat Javier Valdez, this would ban weapons in places where children and families gather. Those include playgrounds, sports fields, and community centers. The bill also adds restrictions in some public buildings and requires posted warning signs. Legislation now moves to the House. President Trump says he secured a framework deal on the future of Greenland. CBS's Erica Brown reports.
Later in the day, the president said he may have a future deal with NATO instead. Trump posted on social media that the U.S. and NATO had reached the framework of a deal and added, "This solution, if consummated, will be a great one for the United States of America and all NATO nations."
President also says he is calling off the tariff threats he issued as part of a pressure campaign to get Greenland. High honors for a Seahawks wide receiver.
It is number 11, Jackson Smith in Jigba.
He was named the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year by the Pro Football Writers of America. JSN tells The Reset with G. Scott his personal success this season comes back to his ultimate goal, a Super Bowl ring.
Usually when I'm focused on the main thing, everything else, all the accolades and the stuff personally usually comes I guess, flowing.
JSN led the league in receiving yards this season. He and the Hawks can reach the Super Bowl with the win over the LA Rams this Sunday. Let's go now to the real-time traffic desk at 4:33, checking in with Nate Connors.
It's busy out there, Aaron. The KIRO Newsradio app has our update. We've got a big collision heading eastbound 90 at the east end of Lake Washington at the bridge, actually, right before West Mercer Way. It's blocking your two middle lanes, and you're backed up bumper to I-5. You're just barely moving in this backup right now. Seattle to Bellevue is a 45-minute trip. That's a half-hour delay. Crossing the lake westbound looks good, though, on I-90. Westbound 520, however, jams up about mid-span. Bellevue to Seattle pushing a half hour on 520. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both 1 hour and 10-minute commutes. Linwood to Seattle doing pretty good, though, at 20 minutes. Got a little backup through Linwood to get through, nothing heavy. And then again, it is heavy from 85th down to I-90. North 5, scattered backups approaching the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal. Plan on 35 minutes to get through this. Northbound 99 is a good alternate route, but I'll tell you, it is packed through the downtown tunnel. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeways up to 50. And Tacoma to Olympia will take you 45 minutes. Text to app, APP, to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
See some patchy fog develop tonight, and then more clouds for tomorrow with some chance of showers along the coast, morning fog and sunshine on Friday. Right now, 41 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
KIRO 7 TV's Pinpoint Alert Days. It's your advance notice to stay safe. When weather threatens to damage and disrupt your daily life, KIRO 7 sounds the alarm, preparing you days in advance. Stay informed, stay prepared with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Alert Days, only on KIRO 7 News.
Wow, that's great, Joe. It really well said, well read. Really excitement in your voice when you read that, too, for KIRO 7 News.
Especially when I almost miss it.
By the way, I hope they pass that gun-free zone because everybody knows people with guns that want to kill people go in, they see the sign, and they're like, darn it all. I really wanted to go in there and do a mass shooting, but there's a sign on the wall that says gun-free zone.
Rats.
Now, as a criminal who obeys laws, I guess I can't go there. Bucky's Auto Service Centers. Based on the case, it's been around for 50 years. Bucky's been around. Let's go to Bucky's Auto Service Centers.
Okay. You all right?
Just a dream. I'm living a dream. It's just dreams. It's just a dream. Reality is. I'm okay now.
Okay.
Tell me I'm not okay. That Javier, whatever his name is, he's been pumping a lot of bills out, huh?
Oh, Valdez.
Valdez,
right?
yeah, is that his name? He's got lots of good ideas. Yeah. 40 to 50 million people. A quick tone here. Like, you guys are two young rollers. Who watched the Latin? None of you. Last episode of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. He turns out the lights. None of you. 40 to 50 million people watch it. How about the last episode of MASH? 100 million people watch it. Nope. Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Saw a movie?
Yes.
Jaws?
Yes. Not in theaters, but...
Star Wars?
Yes.
Yes, got it. Right. There's a piece in the Wall Street Journal today basically explaining that now, since our entertainment world is so broken up and sliced into small segments of population, and it is no longer being created to appeal to everyone, to the masses. They don't make films, they don't make entertainment for the masses anymore. So we do not have a shared experience of, oh, I saw that episode. When somebody says, I'm watching this, like, oh, where's that? When is that? I should watch that. What app is that on? So people, also, they don't go to movies the way they used to. And that's partly because it's not worth it. You go there, you sit next to somebody, the popcorn's like, what is it, $70 or something for a popcorn? Was it Juju Beads? Juju Beads? Is that the name of those little things? Juju, the little hard candies? Juju.
I think you're close, but I don't think it's right.
Look it up. Or snow caps? Is that the other one? I haven't been in the movies in a while. But these are the candies we used to get. But everybody collectively would watch something.
Oh, yeah, snow caps, real thing.
Yeah. And look up Juju.
Well, runts, I know those.
They're there. Yeah. People don't go to the movies like they used to. They'd rather sit at home. They have more access to more types of entertainment that appeal to them. That's both good and bad because no longer do they have to produce something that everybody they think will like. You can have segments of society that are better served. And it's also good that the gatekeepers aren't in charge of everything. You think about the most popular television show, I think it's 1978, Dukes of Hazzard. So it's like, wow, I guess produce something for the masses. And the masses enjoying content that is created for the masses. But now, as it is, everything is broken up into little segments so you can have somebody who knows every single word of every single lyric of every single one of those artists, but somebody else has never heard of them before. But there used to be a time we would all enjoy entertainment collectively. That's the great thing, as I was mentioning on Friday before the Seahawks game on Saturday. The great thing about something like a sporting event, especially in a city or take the Super Bowl, collectively, we're all in it.
Yes.
Like I remember I was at this gas station helping to reduce the Earth's temperature by paying whatever it is, that 50-some pennies on top. And there's this guy with a Seahawks jacket on. I look like, go Hawks. She's like, yeah, go Hawks. And somebody else at another pump also decreasing the Earth's temperature yelled out, go Hawks. And we're all like, yeah, right? I don't know these people. They don't know me. We get in our car after reducing Earth's temperature and off we go. But there's this collective thrill.
Yes.
That's why I said to Rye last night, hey, you want me to try to buy tickets to the game? He goes, we don't have to go, Dad. It's a better experience to watch at home with all the camera angles. But you're in there with people. That energy directed towards the field. Same sort of thing when you used to come, you would watch a television show and the next day you go to school and everybody remembered watching whatever it is that happened. The last moments of big television shows that went off the air. Sopranos, I don't know how many people watched it, but did you watch the last episode?
Yeah, and I feel like that was probably one of the last where everybody was dialed in. You know,
Friends?
At the same time.
Seinfeld?
Nah.
You watch the last thing of Seinfeld?
No, but I remember it. Everybody else was.
I wonder how many people watched that one. Last episode of Seinfeld, which kind of sucked, by the way. If you maybe
at the last every great finale seems to kind of leave people wanting.
Well, what do you want him to do? All of a sudden go, oh, it was all a dream?
Bob Newhart.
Is that how he ended?
I think so.
67 million viewers tuned in for the last episode of final episode of MASH and Cheers and Friends. Massive audience. How many people tuned in for Seinfeld's final episode? As it goes away, there it goes. Can't remember how many people. It's 56 minutes long, and off it goes.
MASH still has the record, 109 million.
Right. Yeah. Again, there is something to be said about all of us experiencing something collectively.
You got to take it as a game.
With Hawkeye. And off it goes. And Honeycutt. I think Honeycutt was there. Kind of loses something on the radio, but...
Goddamn Army.
Nope. Watch the language. The song is called Suicide is Painless.
Early morning fog I see. Visions of the things to be, the pains that are withheld for me. I realize and I can see that suicide is painless.
I can play this on the saxophone.
It brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please.
I can play this on my cheeks.
Play it. I'll play it on my saxophone.
I'm gonna lose it anyway. The losing card I'll someday lay. So this is all I have to say. Suicide is painless.
So dark.
It brings on
Look, it's still light outside. It's 4:40.
I can take or leave it if I please.
You know, I know how to play it on the saxophone because it was the only song I really learned how to play it. And when my lyre flew off at the St. Paddy's Day parade, I told the story before, when I was playing for St. Aloysius band, marching band, which that song sounds a lot like When Irish Eyes Are Smiling, I didn't know, I didn't memorize that one, but I had only had one song memorized in the sax, which was Suicide is Painless, the MASH theme. So for 2.5 miles down Broad Street, I played that song. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. And Louis Milione turned to me and goes, what are you playing? I go, it's the only song I remember. I said, it sounds a little bit like Irish Eyes Are Smiling. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. And I'm going, na-na-na-na-na. They never knew. They ate it up. And the Irish there in Philadelphia, they couldn't get enough of it. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thanks, John. We've got this big collision heading to Mercer Island, eastbound 90, right at the east end of the lake. It's blocking 2 center lanes. This has been blocking for about a half hour now. So it's bumper to bumper from I-5 here in Seattle. Seattle to Bellevue will take you 50 minutes on I-90, 35-minute delay. You head over to eastbound 520, which is wide open once you get there. Westbound 90 is backed up from Island Crest Way to our crash scene for the looky-loos. Westbound 520 in comparison jams up at mid-span. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both at an hour or 10 minutes. I-5 after you get across the Ship Canal Bridge. You're clear until you hit about a 130th there in Northgate. And then from there, it's packed all the way into South Everett. 405 is now solid from Kirkland all the way to the Alderwood interchange. North 5 in Seattle is solid approaching the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. Another 35 minutes just to get through this. Northbound 99 packed through the downtown tunnel. And Seattle to Federal Way is going to take you 45 minutes. It's slow from the Duwamish Curve to 516. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nathan Connors. Dr. Mark Wagner is waiting there for you. So if you got bone on bone, bad hip, knee, shoulder, elbow, wrist, whatever it is. I was talking to my friend Ed the other day. He goes, I got a bad ankle. You're supposed to get in for surgery. I said, ooh, look out, Ed. You know what they're going to do? They're going to fuse that, and then you're really going to have some problems. He goes, what should I do? I said, go see Wagner. Go see Dr. Mark Wagner. He's right there at Seattle Sports for Regenerative Medicine. He's done 20,000 of these procedures. In fact, Joe heard me on the phone. Don't I sound like I'm doing a commercial for everybody?
Yes, you should be getting paid.
I'm like, hey, go see him. He's done 20,000 procedures.
He's going to tell you that if you don't need it, he's not going to give it to you.
Right, exactly. Just like, what are you doing, commercials on the phone now for people? I had a bad hip. I mean, really bad. I was supposed to get a brand new hip, which is really nasty procedure. And then they don't guarantee that the pain is going away. And they said the reason you can't get a new hip is because you might be too young. We don't want you to wear out the hip. So wait a couple of years. I was yeah, screw that. I'm going to go see Wagner. He fixed my hip. I'm running again. I'm signing up for a 5K race. Dr. Mark Wagner, MD. That's Dr. Mark Wagner, MD.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hey, it's Jason Rance. I'm here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. Last year, the big news, obviously, was the accomplishment of the big, beautiful bill, but that also comes with some big, beautiful changes to the IRS.
There are some big, beautiful changes going on, and so many of those changes in the big, beautiful bill impact 2025. There's definitely some big spiffs in there for the ordinary working person. One thing that I'm really disappointed in is the way that things have been communicated in regards to the Social Security. It is still going to be taxed. It's not like it's not going to be taxed, but it will be, for most people, a reduction in the amount of tax.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, then call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
It's the Clearance Savings Spectacular at Olympic Hot Tub. We're slashing prices on hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Even bigger savings on floor models. Plus, no interest through 2031. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Give your attic an overhaul with new insulation from Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation. Stay cool all summer, slash utility bills, and boost your home's air quality. Call now and get $300 off attic ceiling and ventilation, or visit us at GuardianRoofing.com.
For nearly 50 years, over 90,000 homeowners have trusted Home Comfort Alliance, including me. John Curley here. Save up to $2,000 on a new Lennox heating and cooling system. Schedule your free consultation at HomeComfortAlliance.com. Call the comfort people at Home Comfort Alliance.
1-888-973-5476. All are welcome. Speaking of text messages, we have so many we never get to all of them, so we try to knock some of them out as we go through the show. Joe, anything out there that's of interest?
Yeah, I'm going to read two real quick. Clips and Paul is all.
Do I need my kooky glasses on for this?
Sure, why not? He says, John, maybe you can touch on these. People mocking the idea of the U.S. buying Greenland don't know history.
Yeah.
You did touch on this a bit.
Yes, I did.
1867, Andrew Jackson explored buying Greenland and Iceland right after Alaska. World War II, FDR took over Greenland's defense while Denmark was occupied.
Yes.
1946, Truman offered $100 million in gold to buy it. Cold War, Eisenhower, Kennedy, nonstop negotiations for base radar missiles. Post-Cold War, Clinton, Bush, Obama expanded Arctic security and missile defense. 2019, Trump said publicly when presidents discussed privately for 150 years, the U.S. didn't suddenly want Greenland. We've been defending it, negotiating for it, and embedding there since the 1800s.
Yes.
John,
Thank you for that.
Yes. Very thorough. John and Enumclaw says, John, serious question.
Oh, okay. Better check them off. Hold on.
Yep. How could Russia or China be able to build anything in Greenland if it's both owned by Denmark and, more importantly, a member of NATO? I'd appreciate your opinion to this question.
Because what they do is they offer financing. First of all, the people in Greenland, I think the total amount of money that Denmark gives them is something like, it's small. Is it like 14 million? It's a very small percentage. They don't need a whole bunch of money, but they want some infrastructure there. And China can come in and say, hey, we'd like to
build an airport.
We'd like to help you with some of these things. And like, well, we don't have a whole lot of money, and they're certainly not getting it from Denmark. So they offer, right? You know, how about I give you this? And the next thing you know, they're getting more and more. It's the same thing if you look at what China and the investments that China is doing along the Panama Canal and different canals around the world. And the United States has tried to block some of those things because they don't want them to slowly begin to have more and more control over the canal. So the United States and Panama have all agreed to sort of push China back, but they're just trying to take more and more of it. Yes, it is another country. It is a sovereign country, but they're, working with China.
So does China come in as almost like a private investment? It's not like a military.
Well, the whole country is military, and the whole country there is really no private. I mean, it's this quasi, it's not even quasi. It's the communist country of China coming in there and saying, listen, we'll build roads and we'll do this and do that for you. All we're going to ask in return is you let us have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Next thing you know, they take a little bit more and a little bit more. That's all.
By the way, Denmark provides Greenland with a annual block grant of about 500 to 600 million.
Is that what it is? That's all they get?
That's all they get.
Okay. Yeah, but I've been trying to get that little piece of land for a while now. I still like the idea. If 16,000 Americans you don't need to actually just come across the border. Just come across the border and live there.
Can you do that?
Well, we do. We had 11 million come in.
Yeah, but
into the United States.
That's
and
bad,
then we
right?
feed them and we send them to school and we give them houses. Just go there. Send 60,000 Americans up there. Just sort of take over. You become the majority. Just an idea.
I'm sure they'd love that.
I'm being facetious. I'm facetious because I put on my facetious glasses.
Did those hurt your eyes?
No, at all. Did they hurt your
okay.
face?
Yes.
Look like Karl Lagerfeld. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody does.
I remember him.
I'm like an old guy at a nursing home. That's what I've turned into. But I got a good hip. I got a new face.
And I support you. I agree.
know. You got me these glasses.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Thank you. Here comes Nathan checking traffic. Nathan.
The support brought to you by the Pro Shop. We just cleared our crash eastbound 90, the east end of the lake, but it's going to take a while for the solid backup to thin out that starts here in Seattle at I-5. Seattle to Bellevue right now on I-90 is a 35-minute delay, taking 50 minutes. Eastbound 520 wide open. Now, westbound 90, we've got a looky-loo backup that stretches from North Mercer Way to the crash scene, but now that we clear the crash, this will start to disperse as well. Westbound 520, you're going to jam up at mid-span over to I-5. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett, plan on an hour and 10 minutes. North 5 heading into Seattle is solid from approaching the West Seattle Bridge up to the Ship Canal Bridge, where we have Revive I-5 blocking 2 left lanes. It's going to take you about 35 minutes to get through this. Northbound 99 is a good alternate route, but I'll let you know it is packed from Soto through that downtown tunnel. North 405, you're slow from South Center to the Renton Landing. Seattle to Federal Way, 45 minutes. Renton to Puyallup is up to 50 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia is still hovering at 45 minutes. Gear up for the playoffs. Shop postseason gear in store at Lumen Field or the Landing in Renton. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
G and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
With Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, maintenance is the key to a long-lasting roof. Need an inspection, repair, restoration, moss removal, or just a cleanup? Call us today. Our first-time customers can save $99. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. After meeting with the head of NATO, President Trump says he has formed the framework of a future Arctic deal. The president's disclosure coming just a couple of hours after he spoke about needing Greenland at the Davos Economic Conference in Switzerland. He has also backed off his threat of European tariffs, but CBS's Ed O'Keefe in Davos reports.
Several top European leaders still expressing skepticism that the president's really going to back off those new tariffs. One German official quoted as saying, "We cannot sit back, relax, and be satisfied." So they're talking about using what they call a bazooka tariff, up to $100 billion in new tariffs against goods and services sold into the United States. All of that would mean higher prices for American customers.
Federal immigration enforcement is expanding to Maine. CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez has details.
I am told by a U.S. official that many of the people that ICE intends to target are Somali immigrants. That population has been a frequent target of the president, who often describes members of that community in derogatory terms. That community is also being targeted to some extent in Minnesota. They have been implicated in those fraud allegations that have been cited by the president to justify this crackdown.
The Supreme Court has heard arguments over the attempted firing of Fed Governor Lisa Cook by President Trump. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
Even the more conservative justices on the court were skeptical that a president could fire a governor on the Federal Reserve Board before her tenure is up without showing cause in the failure of the performance of her duties while on the board, and without any administrative hearing or even a visit to the White House where the facts against her would be presented.
Preparations are underway from Texas over to the Carolinas and up to the Northeast as a snow and ice storm is expected this weekend in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Getting wood. I want to keep my house warm.
In slush, trying to get a rick of firewood loaded
So it's best to be prepared now so that when the weather hits, you don't have to come do it when it's so cold.
In a bipartisan vote, the House Oversight Committee approves 2 resolutions to hold former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in contempt of Congress. CBS's Nicole Killian on Capitol Hill.
Chair Comer believes they have information that is pertinent. Furthermore, he argued that while, yes, some other individuals, former attorney generals, had had the opportunity to provide sworn written statements, he said that was in part because they didn't really have any information relevant to the case.
A judge has thrown out the boundaries of New York City's only Republican congressional district seat covering the southern Brooklyn and Staten Island areas and ordering a redrawing due to unconstitutional vote dilution of Black and Hispanic residents. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS Mornings on the go on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, Washington's governor asks the president for a federal disaster declaration. We get to that after Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Bucky's Complete Auto Care has our update. We recently cleared a crash eastbound 90, the east end of the lake, that had a couple lanes blocked, and that backup is now quickly clearing out. We're still packed, though, from I-5 out to the lake, and then you're going to clear out as soon as you hit the lake bridge. Seattle to Everett, Bellevue to Everett, plan on an hour and 10 minutes on both routes. I-5, once you get across the Ship Canal Bridge, you'll clear out right away, and then it's pretty clear until you get about 1/30th. From there, it is solid all the way through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, an hour, 10 minutes, and you're solid from Kirkland into Alderwood. And then from there, of course, you're going to hook into that North 5 backup. North 5 heading into Seattle from the south end, scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge because Revive I-5 continues blocking 2 lanes on the Ship Canal. Plan on 40 minutes to clear this backup. Seattle to Federal Way is going to take you 45 minutes. You're slow from the Duwamish Curve to 516. Bellevue to South Center, 40 minutes. We're solid from 520 to the VMAC, more slowing through South Center. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is a 45-minute drive. We're solid between Renton and Auburn, and then it's bumper to bumper from Algona through Sumner. Both directions of I-5 are struggling through South Tacoma. For 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Bucky's.com. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. Governor Bob Ferguson sent President Trump a letter today requesting more than $21 million to help people affected by last month's historic flooding. He also sent him a video of all the devastation.
In that video, we're introduced to 88-year-old Maria Horn. She and her 89-year-old husband, Tom, had to be rescued by the Coast Guard. They lost their house.
What we miss the most about the house is the front porch, where we used to sit out there in the front porch and during the summer and stuff and listen to the birds.
Atmospheric rivers and winter storms damaged nearly 4,000 homes and forced more than 100,000 people to evacuate. One person died. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Thurston County just reported its first flu-related death of the season. That is in addition to 38 more statewide. At this time last season, we only saw 5. We now know why a veteran Tacoma police sergeant was terminated last year. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has the internal memo after filing a public disclosure request.
Tacoma Police Chief Patricia Jackson wrote, TPD Sergeant Shane Wimbles was terminated last June after an internal investigation found he had sent multiple nude pictures of himself to female department employees via their social media accounts. Chief Jackson wrote his behavior was predatory, intentional, repeated, and inconsistent with personal and professional standards. The investigation also found Wimbles exhibited unbecoming conduct for allegedly submitting time cards with falsified signatures. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold continues to progress after playing through that oblique strain in Saturday's win over the 49ers. Darnold now on a limited practice schedule this week as the Hawks gear up for the NFC Championship game versus the LA Rams.
Feeling really good. Just attacking rehab these last couple days. Obviously, will be throughout the week. So, like I said, just got to continue to prepare and get my body right for Sunday.
Seahawks are also working out Zach Charbonnet's potential replacements. Backup running back George Halani could fill in after Charbonnet suffered that season-ending torn ACL. Now to your weather update. We are going to see increasing clouds for tonight, morning fog tomorrow, and then Sunshine from Friday all the way through the weekend. Right now, 44 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
It is a thing of great wonder and mystery, quivering with complexity, strength, and resilience. However, also buried within a delicate femininity, and dare I even say, naughtiness.
Don't look at it. It hypnotizes.
Yeah, I'm not looking at it.
You ever buy the back of the comic books? They had all sorts of cool stuff for sale. Miniature camera. I bought that. Yeah. Then they had glasses that apparently you put on, and I bought them and then sold them at St. Aloysius when I was in 5th grade to somebody, because in the back of the comic book, apparently you could, they were see-through. You could see through clothes.
Yeah, the X-ray glasses.
Yes.
I used to do the thing you'd get, you want something like sea monkeys, right?
Yes.
In the back of the comic book. And then in order to get it, you had to earn these points by going door to door and selling stationery.
Uh-huh.
And I used to do that all the time.
And how'd that work out for you?
It kind of worked. I mean, I sold a bunch of stuff in the neighborhood.
How were the sea monkeys?
The sea monkeys were unimpressive.
Okay.
But I got them.
I remember the back of the comic book was raise rabbits for fun and profit. I got the fun part. And I said to my mom, where's the profit come in? Having fun with rabbits. She's like, buy the X-ray glasses. That was a floating ghost. This ghost would fly around. They'd make a little picture of these kids and this ghost. My sister bought it. We made fun of her because it was a balloon on a piece of plastic, and then you had to take a piece of a fishing line and connect it. It was it doesn't float, Lori. We made fun of it. Oh, why don't you put your X-ray glasses on? First of all, let's congratulate Washington Policy Center. Todd Myers, guy with a dog with a bone on this stuff. So here's what happened. The Washington Policy Center said, hey, you guys are raising everybody's utility costs. And part of it is the Climate Commitment Act is the reason the bill is so much higher. Because don't forget, we in the state of Washington are single-handedly bringing down Earth's temperature, and we're paying for it at the pump, and we're also paying for it in our utility bills. So Washington Policy Center said you should include that in the bill. So when they look and they're like, oh my God, it's 25% higher. You should know why. So when they went to Olympia and they said, could you put that in there? The lawmakers are like, no, we don't want to do that because it's there's too many lines. And it's too confusing, and the customers won't understand it. What? Oh, of all the lines on the utility bill, they put that one on there, which is, another 48 cents or whatever it is on there, that they would be confused by it. So Washington Policy Center said, no, that I don't think it's going to be too confusing, because the other thing they did insist on having there is if you make under a certain amount of money, the generous lawmakers of Olympia, will give you some additional money if you need to apply for that, and we'll give it to you so that you'll vote for us. That's why we give you stuff, so you'll vote for us. That line was on there. That was on your bill. They had no trouble understanding that one. So Washington Policy Center went. They had some support from a nonprofit law firm that took it to court, and the court looked at it and said, yeah, they should include that in there. So there's a win. I think it starts in June. So in June, you'll be able to see how much money you're paying to heat and cool your house in order to also cool the earth. Now, so there's a win for the Washington Policy Center. Thanks so much to the Citizens Action Defense Fund. They, members of the Utility Transportation Commission, they all work together to be able to now let the taxpayers know this is why the bill's gone up. So there's a win for them. It's nice to point out victories every once in a while. It was described as brazenly dishonest. We don't want to tell anybody, why their bill's gone up.
So confusing.
It's too confusing. People aren't smart enough. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Do you remember the bunch of wonderful UW students that took over the IEB building and did about $1 million worth of damage? Chris Daniels used some work for us on this one.
It was an event that played out live across television and the internet.
Free Palestine!
A pro-Palestinian protest and building occupation in the heart of campus that to this day has had little punishment.
When you don't have any accountability, then people are emboldened to do something worse.
Has this case been bungled?
I don't think so.
Casey McNerthney with the King County prosecutor.
Poor Casey. I know. Everything flows downhill to poor Casey. Beloved Casey, who got his start on Dory Monson's show many, I think he was like 7 or 8 years old. And Casey, God bless him, he has a stutter. He does a great job of pushing through it. But he got on Dory's show for the first time. They had some crazy trivia question. And Casey got on the called up and answered the question. Now Casey works for the prosecutor's office, and we call this guy constantly. Hey, where's that case? Are these people going to be charged? When's the charge going to come through? Are they going to see any jail time? Every crappy story ends up on his desk, and he ends up on the phone or ends up in front of some microphones. Here we go.
To do something worse.
Has this case been bungled?
I don't think so.
Casey McNerthney with the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office says it is still waiting for more information. And that is why 259 days after 34 people were arrested and $1 million in damage, no one has been charged with a crime.
I think that when you see...
Oh, he could knock me over with a feather. Really? They haven't been held accountable?
Damage, no one has been charged with a crime.
I think that when you see what is referred to us by UWPD and the requirements that we have and the communication, it will make more sense.
Have you requested additional information from the University of Washington Police Department?
Yes, we have.
Are you still waiting on that?
We are, yeah.
8 months after the fact?
Yeah.
But
that's not his fault. Don't blame Casey on that, right? It's just if they decide to push it.
For UW, the group behind the protest says the students are now free with suspensions lifted, a conduct board only finding 2 minor violations. Yet those students are being forced to repay tuition and financial aid. University spokesperson Victor Balta, again declining an on-camera interview, wrote in a statement that the suspensions have been served. Where is the accountability if ultimately no one is facing any sort of crime?
I think prosecutors want to see that accountability too.
All right. Let's change the subject to a happier moment. Dory was doing a show, I forget who he was doing it with, a sports show, and you could tell it was a slap-together contest. Because I don't think they even knew the answer to the question. So here's little Casey calling up Dory Monson's show, so many years ago. So many years ago, Joe. So many years ago. There he is. So many years
That's before the break. Okay, let's see. Holy smoke, Casey's been waiting forever. Let's give the numbers first. 441, there is a Seattle line available. 441-KING, 441-5464. Casey, thanks for your patience. Welcome to Talk Radio King 1090.
Hello.
How you doing tonight?
So good. How about you?
No complaints, Casey.
Good.
Where are you calling from?
North Seattle.
All right, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I have the answer to that question that's
Get out of here. You know the answer to that?
Yeah.
All right.
You're not old enough to know, Casey. Who told you?
What's the answer, Case?
Craig Reynolds.
Is Craig Reynolds? Craig Reynolds? Is that right?
That's as good a guess. Yeah, I would trust Casey's judgment on this.
Are you sure of that, Casey?
I'm sure.
This is crucial. How do you know the answer to that?
Because we know.
You just know it?
My dad told me.
All right. Well, you know what, Casey? You get a prize. We're going to give you a prize. This is the first prize we've ever given out on this show. We have a Mariners autographed baseball from last season. And since you got the answer to that trivia question, we'd like you to have it.
It's got plus a tape of this show. I think he should have too.
No, Casey, we wouldn't do that to him. Casey, do you want the Mariners autographed baseball? It's the original autograph. It's got Ken Griffey Jr. on it. Might be worth like $20 in a few years.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, tell you what, Casey, let's see. We're going to put you on hold, and Astara, if you could get Casey's name and address, we'll get you an autographed baseball of the Mariners, Case. How about that?
Right.
All right, we're going to put you on hold. Astara, that's Casey on line 3.
Isn't that great?
That's so great.
That's great, yeah. So whenever you hear Casey and you think, oh, that guy's it's not him. He's just the guy just delivering the good news, and most often the no news or the bad news. So these people get suspended, do $1 million worth of damage to a publicly owned building. That's our building. But they going to enforce the law? No. Will people go back in again and smash stuff up again? Probably, because if, nobody's held accountable, they'll just continue to do that sort of stuff. Man, most of the news is bad news, Joe. It's all crappy news. I know, but the rest of it's all just crap.
What about the snow story? You seem
okay. Fine. Should you eat snow? The answer is when it first starts to fall. Don't run out there like Linus and Lucy and Charlie Brown and get the first couple of flakes, because when it first falls, those first flakes of snow are catching most of the pollutants that are in the air. So it lands down on the ground. Don't get that. Get the stuff that's on top. But be careful. A lot of it is dust. So what they tell you to do is to bring it to a boil. Yeah, when you're really... and then you can drink that if you have to. But if you're really, you're stuck out in the snow and you can't get any water, it's not a good idea to eat snow, because your body has to use a lot of energy in order to offset the temperature of the snow.
I took the context as, kids are playing in the snow and they decide, hey, let's eat some snow.
I think you're okay. I mean, you get a little stomach upset. It's good for you.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, fine. Eat some dirt. You'll be fine. All right, back to now other news. The wealth tax, of course, we played this for you the other day, that there's Democrats in Olympia that said, no, we don't believe that if you tax somebody, they will leave. Of course they'll leave. Look at Mick Jagger and the rest of the Rolling Stones. When they put that big tax in place in the UK, they said bye-bye, and off they went. And it happened in France as well. They had a millionaire tax and a bunch of millionaires left. Swiss, when they had a chance to vote as to whether or not they're going to tax rich people, they said, no, don't do it. They'll leave. People understand this, but it's apparently it's not evident in Washington. They say they don't have any evidence of it, but then you see organizations like the Wasatch Policy Center seeing that rich people are leaving at a rapid rate. There is a story today, or came out the other day, that, there's more people moving into the city. But you have to look at the two different ways they move in and move out. So when people are moving in with a U-Haul or moving out with a U-Haul, people that are moving in and out with U-Hauls tend to be sort of do-it-yourselfers. Those people don't have as much money. The rich people don't pile their stuff, their futon, into the back of a U-Haul. They call some moving company, and they come in and they do all the work. They take the grand piano and all the other stuff that they have, and off they go. So whenever you hear about U-Haul numbers, if you see a U-Haul number, all these people moving to Seattle, those are people that have potential growth. But then you have to look at the other type of ways that people move, and you see the different movers, professional movers and U-Haulers. So take those two carriers into consideration. The 52% of the people moving out of the state of Washington tend to have money. Most of the people that are moving to Washington are potential big earners at some point in their life, God willing, and they're coming in from California. The rich are going to Idaho and Florida and Texas. That's where they want to go because they won't get taxed. They'll simply do better somewhere else. So there are more people moving into Seattle. Yes, I think we are the biggest population growth of all the cities in the United States. But again, those are people coming here looking for their opportunity. They don't have it yet, but they're looking for it. Whether they'll find it, that's another story. But hopefully if they do then get to a point where they've got some money, they'll then go, well, I'm getting the hell out of here. I got money, so off I go. Kara Swisser is chastising the tech leaders, this is beautiful, for leaving California. They set up this rule that was going to be going into place and they get it's a billionaire tax, and it's, what is it? I forget how much they're taking. It's, is it total amount of wealth, right? They want to determine the total amount of wealth, everything you have, cars and art and jewelry, all assets. They'll tax all of those. Well, already they're leaving because they don't want to get whacked with this thing.
And I think what it is, it specifically targets this, about 100 people, I think it is, who are threatening to leave California, except for Jensen Huang, who's apparently staying. I have of two minds of this. One is, you made and I said it to one this weekend. I said, you made all your money in California, you ungrateful piece of you could figure out a way to pay more taxes, and we deserve the taxes from.
Oh my God.
By the way,
my God.
It's 5% of your total wealth over if your net worth is over $1 billion.
Yeah. We deserve it. We deserve it. There's that word deserve, right?
Figure out a way to pay more taxes, and we deserve the taxes.
We deserve it. We deserve it. We deserve your money.
From you, given you made your wealth here.
How did they make their wealth, Kara? I'll tell you how they made their wealth. They took a chance. Go back to Switzerland again. When they talked about having a rich tax, you know what they said? If you're an entrepreneur, we don't want to tax you. If you inherited the wealth somehow or stole it or in some way, mostly inherited, we're okay with taxing them. But they didn't want to tax entrepreneurs because they risked something. This woman has no idea.
The second thing is, yes, there are different ways to do this, but the length of time it would take and the kind of vehemence you would fight whatever happens means nothing would happen. So why don't we just do shock and awe at this point? Because you don't seem to be, availing yourself to thinking that you owe your state something more.
Oh my God!
Which they don't think that.
No, they don't.
They don't. They think that that there's waste and that there's abuse, and there is some waste. I'm not going to say everything we've been spending is perfect, but the point is you have a real crisis here.
Oh my God. That's theft. Here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thanks, John. Seattle to Everett, an hour, 10 minutes. After you get across the Ship Canal Bridge, you're going to clear out until you hit about 130th there in Northgate. And then from there, it's solid through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett has improved to 1 hour. It is still solid between Kirkland and Alderwood. North 5 heading into Seattle from the south end is pretty solid, approaching the West Seattle Bridge still across the Ship Canal Bridge because of Revive I-5 work at the Ship Canal. It's going to take you 40 minutes to clear this back up. Northbound 99, a great alternate route, but it is packed through Soto through the tunnel. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, 40 minutes on 520, half hour on I-90. Bellevue to South Center is at 35 minutes. You're solid from 520 down to the VMAC. We've cleared out in South Center. South 405 is now packed from South Center. North 405 is packed from South Center into the Renton S-curve. South Center to Bellevue, plan on about 25 minutes. And Federal to Tacoma, we're down to just a 25-minute commute. It's still slow, though, from South 320th to State Route 16. You're close to freeway speeds through most of this. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Our first Mark Challenge victory is Aaron McCoy from McCoy Home Solutions, yet another small business owner that took the first Mark Insurance Challenge. Aaron, what was the initiative to make that call?
I've got something worth preserving for the sake of the people that I serve and my family. So it's important to me.
What did you learn through the process?
The experience with First Mark has been highly professional, informative individuals that have helped me from personal to professional insurance, life insurance, policies, coverage, cyberspace, things that I was afraid to approach were pretty easily approachable.
How would you say their customer service has been, Aaron?
Absolutely 10 out of 10. I just couldn't say anything higher about First Mark. They've executed very well on as many levels as I could rate them.
So if you're a small business owner that wants to take the stress of insurance off your plate, do what Aaron McCoy did for McCoy Home Solutions. Make the call to First Mark Insurance. They're your teammate that goes to work for you. FirstMarkInsurance.com.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, they just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you'd say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I'd go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
Worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
That's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchie's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member. You get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchie's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchie.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. It's our clearance savings spectacular, and you don't want to miss it. We're slashing prices on all 2025 hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Even bigger savings on floor models ready for delivery. And here's the best part, 0% interest financing through 2031. That's right, no interest for 5 years. Ends January 25th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
The real estate market is picking up and you want to sell with the best. You need to work with the Novak team. Mike Novak guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If not, he'll sell it for free. Go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell it for you. Meet the Novaks Novaks.com.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Granello. Governor Bob Ferguson is now formally asking President Trump for a major disaster declaration and more than $21 million in federal aid. Ferguson and his team started laying the groundwork for that request last month after record-breaking floods.
We walked through the numerous highway closures. We walked through the flood levels. We walked through
tens of thousands of Washingtonians being evacuated.
Their request covers 10 counties and 15 tribal nations hit by 18 days of storms in December. The U.S. has taken custody of 37 Mexican nationals accused of cartel-linked crimes. The Justice Department calls this the largest transfer under Mexico's national security law. Among those handed over to the U.S. is Jose Luis Sanchez Valencia. He's expected to be prosecuted here in Washington state. President Trump spoke today at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland and assured allies he will not use military action to seize Greenland.
People thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
President now says he's reached a framework agreement on Greenland with the Secretary General of NATO. Few specifics released so far. He led the NFL in receiving yards. Now Jackson Smith-Njigba is named the league's Offensive Player of the Year by the Pro Football Writers of America. He tells The Reset with G. Scott he's more interested in reaching the Super Bowl.
We're all locked in. We're focused. You know, we know what the mission is, and we're all ready to go.
Next mission is taking down the L.A. Rams on Sunday. KIRO Newsradio's Luke Ducey tells us about the unsung crew that is prepping the field for the NFC Championship.
To make memories like the Hawks win over the 49ers to get to Super Bowl 48. John Wright, director of fields for the Hawks.
We are an important part of the success of this team.
Make sure every sideline and every hash mark are near perfect precision.
Like one mismeasurement could mean a 2-inch variance in a field goal, which could either win or lose a game.
John's team has been working around the clock for Sunday's championship game.
The purpose is to get to a Super Bowl and to win a Super Bowl.
Millions of people will be checking out their work on TV.
As far as synthetic fields go, we're the gold standard of the NFL.
Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Turning now to the real-time traffic desk at 5:33. Here's Nate Connors.
Still busy out there, Aaron. Seattle to Everett up to, it's still hovering at an hour, 10 minutes. After you get across the Ship Canal Bridge, you'll finally clear out until you hit about 1:30th. And then from there, it's solid through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, 1 hour. You're solid between Kirkland to all the way to the Alderwood interchange with no breaks. And then from there, you're going to join that North 5 backup. The drive through Everett, we're doing great. Really nothing to worry about. North 5 from the south end heading into Seattle is scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge. All added up together is going to take you 40 minutes to make your way through downtown Seattle. Northbound 99 still packed from Soto through the tunnel. South 5 packed from Lake City Way to I-90. Linwood to Seattle is a 35-minute trip. You've got more slowing to get through in Linwood. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, plan on a half hour on both 520 and I-90 now. Bellevue to Renton's at a half hour. Solid backup from 520 down to the VMAC. We've thinned out, or after Factoria, it'll start to thin out. North 405 is packed from South Center into the Renton S-curve. South Center to Bellevue will take you a half hour. And Seattle to Federal Way, we're down to a half hour, still heavy along South Center. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Going to see some more clouds for Thursday after some morning fog. Same for Friday morning, then sunshine and sunny skies will take us into the weekend. Right now, 41 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
When does Wilcox come back?
Don't know. Ask Randy.
Oh yeah, he knows. I think Monday because we got all these eggs, we got these recipes. Aaron's chomping at the bit.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh,
I got a recipe. I'm making eggs tonight first.
Hold off. Don't give it away for free.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Come on now.
We just tripled the length of their mentions. So.
That's right. We got the wheels, got dust on it. Teeny's got nothing to do. Spinning.
It is no big deal.
Okay, Teeny, sure it isn't. Let's see, what did Joe put in here? Why should I talk about the people that are vandalizing the barn in Cle Elum? I don't want to give anybody publicity.
Well, I guess it's not fair because I wasn't here, but apparently something happened over the weekend.
Was it your barn?
Will you stop? How do I shut this thing off? What happened over the weekend?
Okay, so your mailbox got trashed.
Oh,
right?
the mailbox.
That's
Yeah, the mailbox. Yeah, because it got a gate now, so you can't get in.
Okay.
Fancy rich guy got a gate. You got the code is 3114.
Oh, good.
I think that's it. So that gets you in the gate because you got a fancy gate now. But then I guess maybe somebody figured, well, you can't go in the driveway and go up there and shoot out one of the windows or run over the trees.
Which is also that's
what also
2
happened.
and 3.
Yeah. So then I guess somebody figured, well, let's just blast the mailbox.
And then somebody also broke in and had a party in your hot tub.
Yeah, they did that.
Hot tub party.
I knew it was you.
Hey, you never let me come over to your house. You never invited me to any of the barn parties.
Exactly. Anyway, somebody was using the hot tub.
And you still don't have active security cameras.
Well, we do now.
Do you?
Yeah, because Nick turned them off. Every time, it keeps buzzing on my phone. I'm like, just silence it on your phone. But let's get the video. So now they got the cameras out front. I hate all that. I'm one of these guys is just like, I just want the world to treat me the way I treat the world, which is, just believe that somebody's not going to come over and screw you out of something. Right? Handshakes still mean something. You look at the guys, I trust you trust me, and somebody's always out there to screw you. But the people come up and, vandalize the place or something.
And we think this is because of some of your
I don't know. I have no idea. It could be random. But they smashed the mailbox. Somebody smashed the mailbox. Yeah. I think it was a plow truck driver because I went out like Columbo. I was like, one thing I don't get. It looks to me like somebody ran into the post. There's a big divot in the post. Not was hit by a bumper, but like a plow.
Would they have plowed that road?
But they weren't plowing then because there was no snow. But they big divot into the wooden part. So that thing went like 30 feet in the air and smashed the mailbox. So I put a new mailbox up. And if you go to the Instagram, the John Curley page, official, or John Curley Show, I now have an American flag attached to the back of the mailbox. So again, if you're not just knocking down the mailbox, you're knocking down the greatest country in the world.
And you think that's going to help if it's somebody doing it on purpose?
I think they'll think twice.
Okay.
That's my Brady, there is a party coming up at the end of June.
Oh, please.
Stop, Joe.
Oh, now it's Joe that doesn't want me there?
He said, he keeps saying don't say that.
You're making promises. You said this all last year. It didn't happen.
Yeah, but then we booked a bunch of weddings.
Hey, he was profitable.
Listen, you're coming too, Nate. No, the deal is we're gonna. I said to Nate or Nick, put some money aside. Let's do another party again. We did a party 2 years ago. I invited everybody in Cle Elum. Anybody want to come to the party? Free beer, free food. We had music. It was great. I told the guy at the Safeway, he goes, wow, what's all the beer for? I said, I got to get some extra beer. We're having a party at the barn. I said, everybody's invited. You should come. So he put a note in the break room there at the Safeway. And then all these people with the Safeway, uniforms came in. They were drinking and eating and dancing. It was great.
And you had, I saw a video of a tequila, fire
a woman got
hose
shot in the eye with tequila.
Now that's the party you want to go to.
What I did is I got a, one of the insecticide sprayer things. I went and bought one. And then, so it was brand new, cleaned it up pretty good, poured a bunch of tequila in it, and then it was electronic, and you pressed the button, it would shoot like 30 feet. So a friend of mine goes, and I was walking around, giving people a blast of tequila in their mouth. That's what you do as the host.
Sure.
And I handed it to a friend of mine, and she says, oh, can I give my friend a shot? So her friend stood there, and she blasted it right in her eye. Right in her eye. I have a video of it.
Yes. Can we post that, or are we not?
Sure. Statute of limitations. Sure, why not? The woman was obviously injured. She runs up to the house. Her friends take her up there. She's going to wash it out with in the sink. And my buddy, who is an OBGYN, was standing there off to the side. And somebody knew he was a doctor and said, "You're a doctor? Can you help her?" And he goes, "Did she get shot in the vagina?"
Wow.
Because he's an OBGYN. And they said, no, it was her eye. And he goes, I can't do anything about that.
What a doctor he is.
Yeah, specialist.
Can we put it up? You want to see it?
It's a great video.
Oh, because the thing is, my friend that was shooting the tequila, her reaction was very slow. Because she's holding it basically still, it's shooting right into the other one.
Like a fire hose.
Right into her eye. Yeah. And she didn't even go, oh, sorry, move it out of the way. She just held on to that nozzle.
Does the woman that got hit in the eye think of it as a joke now, or is she still kind of salty about it?
I think that as friendships, they're fine.
She did go to the hospital, though, right?
Oh, Joe, see, now you're making it all sad.
No, I mean, it's fun.
I'll try to find it for you. I'll post it out. But yeah, so the June party, music, free food, everything like that.
Okay.
To me, I'm so blessed. I have such a great life. I make good amount of money, better than a good amount of money.
How much?
Katie Wilson this year?
Just in general.
Close to $800,000.
Nice.
So
just under the millionaire tax.
It's right under it. Right under it. Not from KIRO, but from auctions and then from some other stuff.
How much from KIRO?
Just don't.
Dump buttons ready.
Yeah,
just
don't.
say it whenever you want.
Just don't. Come on.
Why not?
Come on.
No, don't do it. I'm just having a conversation. Don't worry about it. Don't do it.
Yes. Trust me, don't.
Why, Joe?
Other people in the building, you never know where they're at in their negotiations.
Isn't that the interesting thing?
Yeah.
About people's incomes, that people are like, well, why are they paying that person? The great thing about sports and radio, television, if you're delivering, then they give you the money, right? When I had this job in Washington, D.C., and they paid my co-host $250,000, and they're paying me $50,000. And I said, why is she making all of that and I'm making this? Well, she's more experience. I said, but she's not any better than I am. Well, because you don't have I said, so as many years in equals talent out? That didn't make any sense, right? So, anyway, I'm making $52,000.
How do you afford the barn?
Nick, you got to marry rich. Marry rich, marry younger, then marry pretty. And it works out.
Invest all
I
your
never got to
profits
the
in
rest
your
of the
face.
story.
I know we didn't. The whole. That's
Nate threw it all off.
Well, we go. You have 20 seconds. Go for it. Wrap it up.
When were you put in charge of the show? What are they paying you?
Well, I want to hear the end of the story.
I don't have any end of the story.
Oh, that was it?
We didn't even get to the beginning of this.
No. Crap. Was this thing all on the air? You suck, Brady. Here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan? Nice. Nice is ever using that next. That's right into the microphone.
Well, geez, this is a report brought to you by Buc-ee's. Seattle to Everett, hour 10 minutes. Bellevue to Everett, a solid hour. North 5 getting into Seattle from the south end. We're solid from the Michigan curve across the Ship Canal Bridge. It's taking you 40 minutes to make your way through this. Northbound 99, now heavy from the West Seattle Bridge to South Lake Union. South 5, we're packed from Lake City Way to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, 35 minutes, with more slowing through Linwood. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle is a half hour on both of our bridge routes. Bellevue to Renton is going to take you a half hour. North 405 is jam-packed through South Center into the Renton S-curves. As far as I can see, this is just volume. South Center to Bellevue, though, will take you a half hour. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway is down to a half hour. For 50 years, Buc-ee's Complete Auto Repair has earned local trust with honest pricing and guaranteed repairs. That's why they're Carfax preferred. No gimmicks, just great service. Buc-ee's.com. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Nate. Brady, I know you're in the middle of doing something other than giving me a different spot.
What did I do now?
No, it's not you.
Oh.
Brady. This is a simple New Year's resolution that is guaranteed to succeed. I'm talking about reversing your hair loss. It is a quick, easy, one-day solution from Advanced Hair, and they regrow your own natural hair the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow. World-class Dr. Alan Perungo and his top-rated team over there at Advanced Hair recently crowned 425 Business of the Year. So, if you notice that your hair is beginning to go away, it's not coming back, you've got two choices to make. You can just be happy going bald or get your hair back. A fuller head of hair is waiting for you. This is your New Year's resolution. It is guaranteed to achieve. You can celebrate the new year with Advanced Hair. Get $250 off, 250 free hair grafts as well. Schedule a free consultation today at 425-449-8185 or visit advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well,
I'll take this one.
what? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay.
What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign. And so I saw the accident coming and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE. Go to k2visionrle.com and schedule a free Zoom consultation today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Permanently.
If you've been putting off retirement conversations because you're worried it's going to turn into a sales pitch, you're not alone. Hi, Ursula Reutin here. At Trajan Wealth, the focus starts with listening. Their advisors are fiduciaries, which means they're bound to put your needs first, and that changes the tone right away. No pressure, no promises, they're not working off commissions, and they're not pushing any specific products. With Trajan Wealth, it's about understanding where you are and having a clearer sense of what your options look like. Trajan Wealth is veteran-owned and works with families who want thoughtful guidance that fits real life. Start the new year off right with a game-changing financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth today to figure out how to make your New Year's resolution stick. Trajan, spelled Trajan. Call 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
We live here in Washington. I travel all over the state for work.
Affordable short-term rentals help us stay together and make Hazel feel at home.
Now Olympia is considering a huge tax increase on short-term rentals,
pricing us and other families out, since more than half of short-term rentals here are used by Washingtonians.
Costs on everything are going up.
Please tell legislators not to make our trips more expensive too.
Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive. Host PAC.
For over 50 years, they've spread a message of brotherhood and harmony through multi-platinum funk. The original street band, War. Live at Jazz Alley, January 29th through February 1st. Tickets at jazzalley.com.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
I got to get back on the radio, Pat. I got to get back on the radio. All right. I'll read it and get back to you. All right. Bye. Oops. The listener wrote in, you're never impressed with anything that I send you. So I just wanted to send it back.
Okay.
All right. A song? Does anybody want to sing something?
Sure. A little, 2 notes.
I remember.
That's good.
No, good. But take, ooh, wow.
I
Okay. We'll get to letter of the day first. Take care of all the rest. Here we go.
Dennis in Seattle says, so you mentioned Bob was ordering a lot of toner so he can get a free ride to Hawaii. Now, is this the same Bob who wanted to carpool with me?
Okay, Dennis. Why do you let him do this?
I love it. I think
it's so crazy. Charlie on the beach in Seattle says, John, pro tip, eat dirt, eat snow, but don't eat sand. Trust me.
Okay.
That sounds like Dennis. Let's write something like that.
David, the mailbox guy, says, I turned 64 years old today, and the best thing I got for my birthday was you guys on the radio. Thank you, and Dory, of course.
Boy, David, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
360 says, how about a Curly supporters dinner? Yeah, that would be nice. But we're gonna go with the people that don't like me. We'll pizza and a beer.
We'll start there.
Okay.
Bill, the school bus driver, says, I think John DeLorean was also responsible for the muscle car craze in the 60s, while at Chevrolet, he designed and pushed through the Pontiac GTO, the second best American muscle car.
You know what the car was known as? The GTO?
No.
The Goat. Goat. Boom.
I had a 69 Goat.
Yeah.
Right out of high school.
Headers and Craigers?
Yes, sir.
All right. 360, I know you guys know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a girl who knows another guy who knows Kevin Bacon. That is so true. Nice. That is so true.
Fernando in Seattle says, I hate to burst your bubble, but I think Wilcox is already back. I heard Nate say a traffic report during the Speck and Jake show that was sponsored by Wilcox.
What?
They do traffic sponsors.
Okay,
different sponsors.
509 on the fall of American multicultural. The only screens where the movies seen and are in TV screens. The only screens where the movies screen and the TV screen.
Yes. Back then.
Am I missing words?
No, you're good. So now
Jujubes. Got it.
He makes a good point. Back then, you had the TV screen and a movie screen. Now everybody's got a screen. Okay, fine. Josh Nobbert says, John is right. It's Jujubes, good candy, but don't try to squeeze one between your teeth. Your mouth will get stuck and shut and freak out a little bit, and it does cause a root canal.
Yeah, these are brutal. I don't know why people used to get those. Tina in Sumner says, Junior Mints, Gobbers, Goobers, and Mike and Ike's. All good candies.
Clips and Paul says, thank you so much for playing that piece of local history, and beloved Dory and a junior Casey McNerthney. I tear up every time you guys play Dory recording.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Thank you, Teeny. Spinning around there.
This comes to us from Tracy and Jennifer from Swiftwater Winery Bar.
Oh, yeah, Swiftwater.
I just wanted to reach out and say thank you for the fun interaction at the winery on New Year's Eve and ultimately sharing it on your show. I felt obligated to write in as I noted I listen to your show every day, and I'm sure you were thinking everyone says that. I enjoy your segments and stories about the Clum and can relate to your love of the area. Hope to see you in town soon, although I might not recognize you with your new face.
Swelling's going down.
Yeah, it is. Much better today.
Yeah, better today.
That's all
looking
she
good.
wrote.
Thank you.
Didn't write no
Nothing's
more.
flapping. You're good.
She left
Okay, everybody, we just please. All
All
right. Will you just please already? Here comes Nate checking traffic, Nate.
Except he still missed that part on their neck there on the corner there.
Oh,
Seattle to Everett, we're down to 50 minutes. After you get across the Ship Canal Bridge, it's all clear till you hit about 145th there in Shoreline. And then from there, we're still solid through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett still hanging on at a solid hour with a solid backup between Kirkland and Alderwood. North 5 from the south end heading into Seattle. It is packed from the Michigan Curve to the Ship Canal Bridge. 40 minutes to clear this backup. Northbound 99 slowly improving, but we're still packed from Soto to South Lake Union. South 5 is heavy from Lake City Way to I-90. Linwood to Seattle is a 35-minute trip. Crossing the lake from Bellevue into Seattle, still about a half hour on both 520 and I-90. Bellevue to Renton is a half hour, solid from 520 all the way to the VMAC. You'll thin out after Factoria. North 405 is bumper to bumper from South Center into the Renton S-curve. Just volume here. South Center to Bellevue will take you a half hour. And we're down to 35 minutes now from Tacoma to Olympia. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nathan. I'm going to tell you, if you are facing the surgeon's knife, and I'm sure a very capable surgeon would work on your shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, this should be the last resort for you, because you need to do yourself a favor and go see Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. He's done 20,000 stem cell procedures. This is a 90-minute outpatient procedure. I did the show the same day I had the procedure when they worked on my hip. Here's what happened. I went to a doctor, and they said, yeah, you got a really bad hip. There's a bunch of damage in there. You got to wait a couple years because you're a little too young before we give you this hip. So you're going to have to just sort of deal with the pain, ibuprofen, do this, do that. but it was bad. I mean, really bad. And I knew about Dr. Mark Wagner. I know a bunch of athletes go to Wagner. I had heard about him before. I knew that he was the guy to see, so I sent my MRI and X-rays over there. And he took a look, and I went in, had an appointment. And he said, Jim, I do these sort of hip things all the time. And I'm telling you right now, this is the move. Before the surgeon's knife, go see Dr. Mark Wagner. Stem cell procedure might be right for you. drmarkwagnermd.com.
Hey there, Don Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. It's our clearance savings spectacular, and you don't want to miss it. We're slashing prices on all 2025 hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Even bigger savings on floor models ready for delivery. And here's the best part, 0% interest financing through 2031. That's right, no interest for 5 years. Ends January 25th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
I was ordering food for the office from the same few places for too long.
For workplaces suffering with office food fatigue, every day's a struggle.
Before starting Easy Cater, I assumed having no good vegan options for Carl in finance was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat OFF with a huge variety of favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Used daily, one platform lets you save time and shine. Ask your app store about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
Cold is weakening, in rats are moving in, mold is creeping in, water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO Newsradio.
Well, this week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to Roger. Roger, why did you call First Mark Insurance?
Over the last several years, my homeowner's insurance policies just kept on going up and up and up. For years, it was $1,100. Last year, it was $2,500. And this year, $5,000. That's what got me to call First Mark Insurance.
Were they able to save you any money?
Absolutely. Within a couple of days, came up with a proposal that blew my socks off. It was an amazing amount of reduction in cost.
Did they improve your coverage while saving you all that money?
They did both. The coverage is better and the cost is substantially less. It's half as much as I was paying last year. I recommend First Mark to anyone who is looking to get better coverage at less cost.
Well, Roger did it, my family did it, and you got to do it, and it's totally free. Take the First Mark Challenge and see how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. First Mark Insurance. They work for you.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM.